いつかあの背中に追いつくために。さーて一丁やってやりますかねえ。さっさすりゃすりゃいいぞさっさと始めようぜ。俺は誰にも負けねえ。
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Monday night on Capcom Fighters. It has been quite some time. We were supposed to be on last week, but we took the week off because we had a big job. Myself and the rest of the visual platform team had a very big job, and all of us were pretty much defeated. But we are back with some more high-level action and competitive play here on the show. Glad you could join us tonight. And as you can see on this side, there's a very good cause we are contributing towards this week. Hopefully you guys have been keeping up with this the last CPT as well as this upcoming week as well. It is the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Capcom has partnered with these guys and donated $25,000 to a very good cause, and a lot of content creators will be streaming some Street Fighter 5 action and putting up some donation links so you guys can contribute and help towards this as well, because the pandemic hit everybody, including people that do heavy researching. And hey, we want to contribute from the FGC, so hopefully you guys can join us and among other content creators as well. But I'm going to be your host again once tonight, Jammerz, and I have to be joined by my minions. That's what they call themselves. They are here. We are back. Well, one of them was with me in the UK yesterday, but now he's somewhere else now. But gentlemen, we'll start with Veggey. How are you feeling tonight, Veggey?
I'm feeling really good, you know. Jammerz finally reunited with my bro, so I don't think go anywhere without me. That's at least the impression I have. So I'm very happy to be here with my favorite bros as your favorite Brit. So thank you for having me back with you guys today. As always.
Of course. Fantastic. And Olvaha, how are you feeling after about 18 hours separated from us?
I already miss you guys, okay? Can we just be honest about that? I miss you guys. We had a fun weekend, action-packed weekend, and I'm back home. Everything's all good, and I'm ready for this set.
Yeah, good stuff. Speaking of tonight's set, stream team in the back, can you roll the fight card so the people can be reminded of what's going to be happening tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, we have been continuing to strike while the iron is hot. And trust me, sometimes when you speak things out into the universe listens. Miria did want to feature on the show, and we said, you know what? Let's play ball. We'll get you on. And that's exactly what we did. Phantom Miria is on the show as one of our guests tonight, and her opponent is a formidable one at that, and a very good content creator as well. I've been having a little bit of look. xNightMareEffecT. Plays a bit of Balrog. Don't like Balrog, but I can like xNightMareEffecT through. But it's going to be predominantly Boxer versus Chun-Li. How are you two feeling about this one? Olvaha, what do you think about Boxer versus Chun-Li?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I feel like both characters have some strong neutral tools. I would have to say that on the normal side, I would lean towards Chun-Li, but it will pretty much all come down to how Miria will deal with the dash punches, for example. So that's going to be a huge part of that.
Okay, it's obviously one of the banes of existence there for Chun-Li,
yes,
or anyone
indeed.
that goes up against Balrog. But Veggey, you got anything else to add to that regarding
I think that
Chun-Li versus
before
Boxer?
when... You know, when for Chun-Li before, it seemed like she could really play around the light dash punch range. She could get out of it with punish, and if you try to do the medium punch, which she can do to a lot of characters, she could do EX legs. But since the medium punch is now -4, he can actually, when she spaces out the light punch, the light dash punch, he can go for the medium dash punch and a lot of times still not get punished. So he has got kind of an upgrade in his zoning tool there. But the buttons game will definitely go in Chun-Li's favor. So I guess it depends on how suffocating the kind of control game will be now that she has to respect both of these dash punches. So I'm very interested to seeing how that affects the matchup now that the EX legs aren't going to be the punish for the medium dash punch anymore.
Okay, good choice of words there. We're suffocating in the neutral gameplay because both of these two
That's
can be
a good
suffocating
term.
in their
That's
own
true,
right.
baby.
But we're going to be looking forward to that, and we do have our guests in the waiting room. They will be talking to us in a couple of minutes, so do stick around regarding questions you want to ask them. But of course, Olvaha alluded to it earlier. There was some action that happened over the weekend. He was here next to me. We did some work. I don't know if you guys caught it, but we had a couple of more CPT qualifications happen here. Eastern Europe and Russia did happen. So first of all, once again, we got to congratulate Papoy, hailing from Russia, taking the tournament there. And I'm telling you, that is a look of a Laura player. If I've ever seen one, he knows exactly what he's doing. And he is having so much fun. He said, I don't think we care about footsies. I don't think we care about neutral. We just want to have fun. He had fun. And he's qualified for the Capcom Cup. And I'll tell you what, if you want to go check out the interview that me and Olvaha conducted with him, it is on Capcom Fighters YouTube. I believe they uploaded it like 2 hours ago or something like that.
Oh, cool.
He had some very interesting things to say.
He did.
So
A humble guy as well.
yeah, if you guys want to go and check that out, it is on the YouTube channel there as well. But also, well, these are the qualified players. I wanted to congratulate another person, but he's already up there anyway, but we're going to do it regardless, because before that, the week we took off, the weekend before that, it was North America West #2 for the West Coast players, and we did have a nephew win that tournament again, because he's a professional fighting game player. He needs to earn his salary through and through. So nephew basically won both of the West Coast online CPTs and collected his check. However, because he's already qualified for the cup, somebody else took the spot instead. And he has been on the show, and he's been one of the best players. He is one of the best players in the West Coast, in my personal opinion. Chris CCH, you can see at the bottom right side of your screen. I have no idea why they couldn't get the same picture for Papoy and put it there, because someone, whoever does this website, I'd really like it if you could upload Papoy's picture. So he's not a DLC character. The players qualify for Capcom Cup. But we want to say congratulations to Chris CCH for qualifying, and he does not play Gal anymore. You might want to change that to Sakura as well. But again,
or Seth.
Do you know what? The last couple of players down there, they're actually some of the youngest competitors here. Phil's, Chris CCH, Higuchi as well. I'm actually not sure how old Billy is, but shout outs to Billy once again. Takamura is 22. I think it's 21. Again, we got a lot of young competitors going into the CPT, which is pretty
grow up
interesting.
so fast.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, again, there's going to be more CPT action happening. I'm going to ask him one quick question regarding it, because he is sitting next to me right here. So I know you guys are stressing because it's their CPT this weekend. I get to sit at the back seat and have some fun and laugh with them. It will be happening. Hopefully you guys can join us once again for some more CPT action here. I think we're going to pull up the schedule right now. There you go. There it is. So this weekend, it is going to be the Nordic Baltic region, the one and only shot. We've asked other people about it, but now I'm going to ask you guys. We'll start with Veggey. How do you feel about only having the one chance to qualify for CPT?
I mean, I personally get that our region only has one chance to qualify for the CPT because it's not that big of a region, which is why it could maybe in the future be included with another region so that it will be bigger and there would be more chances. But I understand the one chance, but it's very stressful, even for someone like Phantom, who is definitely a tier above the rest of the region. If we look at results in the past, even him is kind of like, he knows his one shot, and the other players are very strong. People don't realize there's a lot of strong, talented players that might not have been traveling that much during the CPT, but have really shown up the last couple of years in online tournaments like Ricky Mansbarne, Veggey Olvaha, Dr. Gulag, all of these guys. A lot of other dudes I'm probably just forgetting now. Lohai, you know, and other than that, there was also these kind of like first two dudes you're gonna be a bit worried about. So we're stressed, but I'm excited to play. I just hope that the brackets play out well and that we get like a good, that we feel that we can get a good representation, because our brackets are like lined up the way that we feel they should be. That is my only concern, and other than that, I'm just excited to play. It's like let's get to playing. the waiting is the hard part for me personally.
Yeah.
Okay. Olvaha, I believe your name was in the bracket as well. Do you share the same sentiment as Veggey, or you got something different? You just want to do something with Zeki or Urian?
Yeah. I really want to, personally, I want to try my new characters and kind of see where they sit at that point. So I'm waiting for that. That's going to be nice and fun experience for me. I'm kind of taking it as a learning experience personally, because I know I'm not going to take that. So
for those of you who didn't understand what he said, basically said, I'm just going to cross counter you and ruin your day in the bracket because I don't have to qualify. Yeah. You do, so
I'm going to do the Papoya approach. I'm just going to go out there and have fun.
Okay.
How about that?
For sure. I mean, that's what you're supposed to be doing first and foremost. But do keep an eye on that. I think you've got probably 1 hour or 2 hours, probably longer, to sign up for that. If you haven't signed up in the Nordic Baltic region after today, there's no more sign-ups. And then they're going to be sorting out the bracket. And I'm pretty sure that might be done tomorrow or Wednesday. And we look at that. And then the players can look forward to it. But we got to speak about this one more time. I think my stream team have got it in the back. Are we allowed to pull up the graphic for the VCRF? Are we allowed to do that? Or have you guys not got that in the background? Because I'd like to highlight that one more time for the people so they know what's going on as well. Because I want to keep plugging it as much as I possibly can. Have you guys got it? I don't think they have. If they don't have it, that's completely fine. Baby. There you go. That's what I want to do. So there are some costumes that you guys can pick up. They're limited time only from October 12th, which it's October 18th now, so it's going to be a week soon. But they're going to be available until November the 12th. So if you do play either Ryu or our First Lady of Fighting Games, Chun-Li, I suggest you go and pick up these costumes. If you don't, you can still support a good cause, because again, if you do buy these costumes, the money actually goes towards the Research Foundation. It doesn't go towards Capcom. They're going to be sending it to a good cause here. I do like these costumes. I just wish that they did some for every character. I think every character would have been looking good in these costumes. That
would be cool.
But then, hey, there you go. Pulled up the stream schedule here. So, as you can see, Phenom has done Phenom's done a stream. Veggey done a stream this morning.
Veggey, how did your stream go?
My stream was really well. I raised 300, or we raised on my stream. I think it's wrong to say I, because it's the stream effort.
Yeah.
On my stream, we raised $340 so far.
Awesome.
Which is pretty good for one day, I think. So I want to keep on doing it 2 more days. I'm very excited and positive right now. So that's very good stuff.
So do tune in for that. Veggey is going to stream on Tuesday and Wednesday as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then you get people like Jake Ryan, Brian F, St. Cola, Chris CCH. I believe St. Cola's doing some exhibitions with players around the world if he's trying to get that sorted. You're going to have, oh, damn, they updated it. Marine's going to be on there. Shout outs to UYU Marine for getting that sorted. Going to be streaming. Awesome. Punk the Gods on there as well. We got Luffy, we got Core Gaming, got All King. You got the lot. And do keep in mind as well, the timings here on the schedule are all for Pacific Daylight Time, PDT. So you're around the world. I'm going to be doing an early stream on the Thursday, which if you are 8 hours behind, it's going to be 2 in the morning. So if you don't sleep, you can come join me. And if you do sleep, you can go and catch the archive afterwards. But again, we are doing this for a very good cause. But I believe we are just about done in terms of wrapping up what needs to be spoken about, what needs to be said. We can talk about Street Fighter League as well, but we can talk about that near the end of the stream. I want to know if our lovely people in the waiting room are good to go. Richard, do you have words on that? Do you think we're all right? All right, let's find out to see if our guests are here and ready, because we were with them talking a little bit before, but we started a little bit later, which is completely fine. But we still want to have a chat with them and find out more about them. So if both our guests are in the Discord call, they can unmute their mics now, and then we can have a little chat with them, because I want to know if our lovely people are ready. I don't know what Veggey's doing, because I can see him in the corner of my eye doing something, but I couldn't quite catch
Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers.
But right, have we got Phantom Miria and xNightMareEffect? Can both of you hear me loud and clear?
I can.
Yay! There we go. So
welcome.
first of all, to both players, thank you very much for agreeing to this and participating in this First to 10 exhibition. Obviously, this first part of the show, the usual, we like to learn a little bit more about our guests, as well as, find out how they're feeling about Street Fighter 5 in general. So just to kick off our interview phase, I've been dying to ask Miria this question ever since I heard about her name. Now, it's the origins of your name. I have an idea where I think it's from, but I want you to confirm, where does the name Phantom Miria come from?
It comes from my favorite anime, Claymore.
I was right. There you go. Okay, interesting. So, I mean, for those of you who don't know about Claymore, it is a dark fantasy anime. If you're a huge fan of Berserk, I do recommend you give Claymore a read and a watch as well if you're into anime. But I highly recommend you read the manga.
Thank you.
But Miria, why did you want to call yourself that? Was it because you just like Phantom Miria as a character, or was it a favorite battle scene, or what?
Well, I remember when my friend referred me to that anime, and he was like, yo, there's like this one character there I know you're gonna love, and she also calls herself Miria. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. And it wasn't until like episode 13, I think it was like episode 13, when I actually first saw her. And I was like, oh my god, okay, goddamn, she a baddie. And I loved her. Ever since, like, I don't know, she's like a team leader. She's like very tough. She's actually super strong. And yeah.
Do you know, I definitely respect that. Have you read the manga at all, Miria?
Oh, all of it. I actually have Phantom Miria symbol tattooed on my hip.
Yeah.
This guy's happy.
Of course I am, because like Claymore's one of my favorite mangas, so I just had to make sure. Trust me, I've been dying to ask Miria this question. I'm like, does she know where that name comes from? Or is there something else? Is there something else I don't know about? No, that was pretty good. I like that. But then I got to go over to Nightmare Effect. What on earth made you want to call yourself Nightmare Effect? That's another name. I'm just like, what? Why would you call yourself Nightmare Effect? So please give us the origins on your name.
Well, to be honest, I mean, back in my day, I used to play like a lot of DC Universe, and to make a long story short, I used to do like the DPS role, and then the people in the chat would be like, you know, you got like with the damage, you know, like you a nightmare. So ever since then, I kind of like just slept on it, and then I woke up and I was just like, you know what, Nightmare Effect. And then I
You
just ran
woke
with
up, that was your first thought. That's awesome.
No, to be fair, I respect it, because sometimes it's like a lot of people. Sometimes they come up with a name for themselves. Other people, it's their friends call them that name. It's like, you know what? I'm going to stick with that. I kind of like that nice little ring to it. And hey, Nightmare Effect said he slept on it. He said, you know what? Nightmare Effect. So that, I actually respect it. But again, I've been so curious about a lot of people in the FGC, the origins of their handles and their gamer tags. So I just have to ask. And it might make a cool story for you to kind of chuckle to yourself and like, damn, why was I called it like said name? Do you know what I mean? So that was pretty interesting story there as well. Another question I got for you, Nightmare Effect, is you have really been pushing on the content creation side of things in the FGC through your Twitch. I think you have over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I know. Congratulations to that as well. So my question for you right now is, how do you feel about the content creation game within the FGC? Are you creating content that you want to do, or are you just following hot topics and giving the Nightmare Effect opinion on it? Which is it?
To be honest with you, it's a little bit of both, because at first, when I first started uploading to YouTube, I noticed a trend of like certain videos not really hitting. So I kind of like started branching out on YouTube, doing research, and then I seen a trend of like, you know, tutorials, guides, tournaments. And I was like, okay, so since I'm a Balrog player, I could go ahead and give my insight on how to play the character, help those who want to get help, and ever since then I just been rolling with it. So it's a mix of my own idea and what works in the FGC.
Okay, it was great to get your opinion on that, because again, there's a lot of people that have been investing a lot more time, especially during the pandemic era, doing content. Were you doing content before 2020, or did you just like start and go in hard in 2020 with the content?
That's a good question. I feel like the end of 2019, starting in 2020 was when I really like cracked down on it. Yeah.
Okay, fair play. I mean, that's more than happy, because again, that's the perfect time to do it, and a lot of people wanted to get involved in that. But then again, I've got to ask Miria that question as well, because you do stream a fair bit as well, Miria. So is that something that you've always wanted to do, or is there some more content ideas that you have regarding Street Fighter 5 or FGC stuff that you want to do?
I do want to start creating content for the Lanham community, because I feel like whenever you look up videos on YouTube about like neutral, fundamentals, defensive options, and all that, everything is in English. And I know there are a lot of people out there that in the Latam community that speak English, but also there are many that don't speak English. So I feel like that's like something I'm aiming for, creating content in Spanish with English subtitles. So like actually the English speakers can learn from it too. But yeah, that's like what I'm aiming for. I want to create content as far as like fundamentals, neutral, like what is that to me of what I've learned about fundamentals over the years. And defensive options, like, because there are people out there who don't even know how to use lab. Some of them don't know how to use the lab. So I want to start creating content like that. I was saying like one of my biggest inspirations is Brian F. He's like really good when it comes to like in the content creation area, and the way he teaches people is really good.
Cool.
So I'm aiming to be the Brian F of the Latam community.
Do you know what? Now, honestly, I want you. I'm gonna get you to repeat that before the stream closes, and I want you to write that on your wall, and do not forget that, because having goals like that is something everybody needs, whether it's short term or long term. It's something to focus on, get your mind down, and be absolutely productive. So I respect that. And just going off of Brian F. Shouts to Brian F. by the way, especially what he's done within the past like year and a half or so. Yeah. It's been a case where the FGC lacks a lot of good teachers. We have good players. We have people that we have everyone that can insert their opinion, but I feel we have a lot of people that are very bad at teaching. I'm just gonna put out there publicly. I think there's a lot of people that suck at teaching these games. So if we can get as many people that can sit down and try to articulate this to a wide audience, I'm down for it. So make sure you follow Miria when she announces that and then gets the ball rolling there. But Olvaha, I know you had a couple of questions or one or two you wanted to ask these guys. So please fire away.
Well, I'm gonna target this towards xNightMareEffect. You talked about giving out Balrog players' point of view. So what made you start playing Balrog? Did you have a specific reason for that? Did you have a player you looked up to for perhaps? Or please tell us.
Well, me, I have a fighting game habit of always playing a character who just throw hands. So if a character throwing hands and he bobbing and weaving, like that's 9 times out of 10 who I'm gonna pick. And when it comes down to like who actually inspired me and pushed me to really get better, is Smug and Brian, like hands down.
Okay. Awesome.
Fair play. That's interesting there. You got any other questions for xNightMareEffect or Miria Olvaha?
Well, I was gonna ask about the content creation, but instead I'll ask about the matchup. So I'll follow up for xNightMareEffect. First, we'll have his opinion. How do you feel about the matchup, Chun-Li versus Balrog?
Oh, I thought you never asked.
You see, Jesus, here we go.
When it comes down to being a Balrog player, you know, I have to block from like half screen because, you know, crouching fierce reaches like about a good 70% of the map. So I gotta block, pick my spots, strategize my dash streets, and, you know, just roll with the game plan.
Did you just say strategize your dash streets?
Strategize my streets.
I knew he was going to.
You might need to put down a t-shirt for me. I'll proudly wear that.
Strategize your dash function.
But please continue. Don't mind me. I'm just a Balrog hater. Please continue.
Big hater.
But besides that, normally it's really 5-5 because Chun-Li got good buttons, Balrog got dash straight. So as long as I'm playing outside of her range and poking properly, it's pretty much 5-5 until whoever gets the knockdown, then it's going momentum.
Yeah. Do you feel like it changed when your medium punch? Did you think it affected at all that you can use your medium punch when she's further away, your medium punch dash punch, or do you think that it is non-existent? Important? Yeah, non-existent to the matchup. Is that an important part that you can't punish your medium or light with EX legs anymore?
To be honest, that pushback made a difference, but if you're a Balrog that's already used to proper spacing, then you won't really see it. But you can't just freely throw out medium and heavy no more. Like, you still have to play the same game plan with Balrog and spacing almost everything you do. So it shows, but you know, it basically just reverts back to playing Balrog.
Okay.
And I want to ask you, since you are a Balrog player, right? And we always joke around with Balrog dash matchup, but what do you actually feel when people like come with these? Do you feel like we're just way off, or is there something like? How do you kind of like, or what would you want to respond to this kind of like attacking this dislike people have for dash punches? Do you feel like people are just? What is the word, Jammerz, I'm looking for? Do you feel like people are?
Do you feel like people are unnecessarily hating on Balrog?
Yeah,
are we hating on Balrog for legitimate reasons?
Is this too much, or is it legitimate in your opinion?
Well, you see, at the end of the day, Balrog is an innocent bystander. He just trying to cross the street and make it back home to let his parents know how his day went.
His fight money.
Yeah, like Balrog just trying to get his fight money at the end of the day. Everybody have their character that they hate, but Balrog, I feel like he just get too much of it. But it's okay.
Yeah,
He's still an innocent bystander.
Ever since Turnaround Punch in Season 2 disappeared, he's been slowly creeping up. So yeah, he's definitely an innocent bystander trying to take a couple of people's lives in Street Fighter 5. Anyway, Miria, how do you feel about Balrog versus Chun-Li from a Chun-Li player perspective?
Can we just please delete Balrog online, please?
I'm down for it.
Yes, we said it.
I'm
yeah.
down for it. I don't know.
I feel like I don't know. Like Balrog is not a problem to me offline, even though the matchup is already hard. So that straight online is a pain in the butt. So in this matchup, a fundamental is walking and blocking, and that's almost next to impossible doing it online. If you walk and block, you will get hit on the face. So you want to do the walk and block thing to make them mess up the distance so they are -4 so you can punish. But online, if you try to do that, you will get hit and hit and hit all the time. So I'm going to try to play this matchup like very calm, try to get as many punishes and whip punches as I can because, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this matchup, honestly.
Okay.
I would say that it's slightly in Balrog's favor, but online, I think it's a 5-5 match, honestly.
okay.
If played on point. But online, I do struggle a lot.
I mean, listen, it's fantastic that both players have a mutual agreement in terms of a matchup being 5-5 at the highest level. Miriam, what's probably better to punish dash straights with? Crouching light kick or crouching jab?
Crouching light kick into EX legs.
Okay, cool. So we just got to make sure, or I say NightMareEffect's got to make sure that when Miria has meter, then he's just not gonna like throw out the dash straights willy-nilly. But then,
if you have like if you can start feeling the timing of their dash punches, you can neutral jump and punish on the landing.
okay. Fair play. Now, I probably got to ask you guys as well. I want to get NightMareEffect's opinion on this first. The current state of Street Fighter 5. How do you feel about it? Because again, you're not a name that comes to mind in terms of top American talent in fighting games, but I still want to hear your opinion. How do you feel about Street Fighter 5's current state overall?
I feel like right now Street Fighter is probably the most balanced it has ever been because for those who have played since launch, we all remember the dash up plus in corner. No, I'm sorry. The dash up plus frames in the corner, the Mika mid screen 50-50s. So as of right now, this game is probably the most balanced it has ever been throughout the franchise of it.
Okay.
That's
I
fair.
agree.
That's fair.
Oh, okay, there you go. Miria shares the exact same
And I
sentiments
think
as well.
also the skill balance is better now than it's ever been, meaning that the risk reward is better balanced than it has been previously. It's like overall, of course. There
Okay.
will always be like some characters going up and down on that, but I think like it's harder to use every character, or maybe not every, but a lot of characters are harder to use now than they were a few seasons ago, my opinion.
Okay, I mean, I
To
still
be
have,
efficient with them, yeah.
I still have one or two qualms with jump-ins in general, but
Yeah.
other than that, I think if we're talking about overall like grounded tool sets, V systems for characters, well, excluding one or two like useless V skills, then I can definitely agree with that. Also, I wanted to ask as well about Phantom Miria, your character roster. Is it just Chun-Li you're playing right now, or have you still got a little bit of Colleen? Because I think at one point you tried to play Colleen, is that right?
Yes, when she first came out, I played her for like a year or so, but I wasn't playing that much back then. I played only in 2017, then I didn't play it at all in 2018, then I came back on 2019 and picked Chun.
Okay, fair play. I
Why
mean,
Chun?
has there been any other character that's interested you, or has it just been Chun-Li the whole way?
Chun-Li the whole way. I actually stopped playing this entire year. I didn't play. I just started playing again on September, so I'm a little bit rusty still.
Don't tell him that now. Don't tell NightMareEffect that now. You can't bring excuses.
He's definitely gonna dash now. Not ready for that, right?
Yeah, I've been telling you. Veggey, you got any more questions for the two of them?
Yeah, mine is more like general for both really, because they're both like streamers, content creators. We can that is being a content creator. So I was wondering, what was the idea when they started streaming, and how has that idea evolved? Like, if that was a sensible question, and if it not, I can try to explain it further. But we can start with Miria.
Yeah, can you repeat that?
Yeah, so it's like, what was the idea behind streaming when you started? Like, what did you want to achieve, and how has that changed as you progressed as a streamer?
Oh, well, the main goal was to put myself out there and get exposure. So I could start traveling to tournaments, maybe get help from the stream in order to get to these tournaments, because traveling to tournaments is expensive, I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, it's a little bit expensive, or at least it is
Yeah,
me.
it is.
So the main goal was to get, receive some help from the stream. It wasn't necessary, of course, but if people wanted to help me, I would use that towards, like, tournament fees and all that. So the main goal was to get exposure, level up, get that tournament practice, and put myself out there.
Okay, fair.
Which is I think
Which
is a very,
I think I met the goals.
yeah, definitely you're here now getting on this stream, so
Sounds
definitely
good.
worked out. And then that's kind of
What Nightmare
Sorry,
Effect?
yeah.
What about you?
How do I want to answer this? I feel like when I first started streaming, I didn't really have an idea because at this given time I wasn't traveling or like competing. So I just wanted to come live, build a community, and just have people who just able to vibe with me as a streamer. And then as time went on, the question kept coming up like, are you going to compete? Are you going to compete? So it got to a point where I just started playing a little bit more serious because Street Fighter V is my first serious Street Fighter. So everything just started with this game right here.
Ah, okay. What's your speaking of your first serious game? What did you have like a fighting game background before this, or is it just Street Fighter V that you properly took seriously? Was there any other games that you played?
I mean, I played a lot of fighting games, but I started making a name with Street Fighter V. Like
Okay.
Mortal Kombat and everything else was like behind the scene.
Okay, fair play. Now, if you did have the opportunity to travel, because things are opening up, and you know the whole scale of things at FGC is changing, is there any country you'd want to travel to play with their community, respectively, Nightmare Effect, or are you happy just staying in America?
I would probably stay in America, but if I had to choose somewhere outside of the United States, I would definitely go to Japan and aim to fight Daigo Takedo and see how they practice.
Okay, fair. Miria, what about you? Is there any community that you'd really like to face, or are you just happy staying where you are?
If I had to pick, I would pick definitely Japan or Korea.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. But hey, listen now, Korea's got a dangerous scene. Like in all fighting games, not just Street Fighter, they got a dangerous scene in general. So I like that you brought that up there, because you know I might leave that to the floor because we got tons of viewers in the chat. Shout out to everyone that can tune in. If you could pick a region to go and practice, not just Street Fighter, any respective fighting game, let me know in the chat. I can see it's going to be pulled up in a minute, but let me know. Japan, Korea, UK, Mexico, anywhere. Let me know. But we have about time for just one or two more short questions. So I'll ask one because I want to put him on the spot about Balrog again, and then I'll leave one to Olvaha. Nightmare Effect. This is your chance to try and defend Balrog. His worst 5 matchups. Go.
Oh, worst 5 matchups? Easy. Laura, maybe Laura. And then you got Mika.
Oh man!
Laura and Mika. Okay.
What an answer!
And that's even with the help of V-Shift.
See, even with the help of V-Shift, you know, if the Laura reads it, it could still get baited. So it's a defense option that's there, but it could still get baited and destroyed, and then you're in a worse situation. So that the matchup is just still like, just put the controller down.
Damn. Okay. Well,
that bad?
I said 5 worst match. He gave me 3. Well, he gave me 4 features of one character and an extra 2 out of sentiment. But I mean, that was pretty interesting. But I mean, you didn't mention Sakura. Look, Sakura's not a bad matchup for Balrog.
I feel like Sakura is a headache because of standing light kick. But if you're smart with your straights, for the most part, because you know Balrogs, we love to strategically place our straights, but if we gotta worry about standing light kick, then it becomes a problem, you know. Because
this guy's unbelievable. All right, Olvaha, have you got one last question before we close off this interview? Then go ahead and ask it.
I have, but it's too long, so we're gonna save that.
Cool, that's absolutely fine. All right. that is going to conclude it for the first part of tonight's show. Thank you very much to these guys for answering those questions, learn a little bit more about them. We're going to take a short esports break because I kind of annoyed a couple of people last week because we went on, so we didn't get those Twitch ad breaks. So we got double time and do it this week. When we come back, we're going to get these guys in the lobby and we are going to play the first to 10. So don't go nowhere. We'll be back with you shortly. And I got a little surprise for you guys as well, so don't go nowhere.
What's the surprise? Tell me now.
When Richard wants to go to the ad break, I'll tell you what the surprise is.
If I go too far, please forgive me.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for tonight's episode of sets featuring XNightMareEffecT and Phantom Miria. They're going to be going up in a first to 10 in a couple of moments. Before we do that, I said I had a little treat for you guys, and it is playing over there. It is next to me. These headphones are up for a little giveaway, but unfortunately, you have about 30 seconds to make an entry. All you got to do to enter the competition, follow Capcom Fighters, predict the score of this first to 10. Who's going to win it, and what would the score line be? And whoever does predict the right score, whoever's closest to the first to score, we will pick a winner. We do have the Street Writer watching somewhere in the background, and he'll be keeping an eye, and he'll be picking a winner by the end of the stream. So you've got about 15 seconds now to make an entry. So you haven't done it, don't put it in the stream chat. I'm just going to kick you out of the competition. It has to be on at Capcom Fighters on the Twitter account. So get to it. Now, I've done that part. I've done my dues. We are about to get started here. So without further ado, let me be that kind of dude. I'm going to get to the back of the queue, and these guys are going to get started with their first to 10. They're ready to go. Phantom Miria, hit the ready button. XNightMareEffecT, hit the ready button. All right.
Let's go.
I'm the bearer of good news. It is time.
That's a lie. Let's go.
I like giving bad news, but it's time for the first to 10 to start, because I know everyone's like, Capcom Fighters, they're talking too much. Kick them off. Let's have silent commentary. Let's watch the game. You're about to watch it. Ladies and gentlemen, he woke up one morning and said, you know what? XNightMareEffecT, that's a good name. And I'll tell you what, if you do know the lore behind Claymore, this is she is the number 6 of the top 10 ranking Claymores. There you go.
Jammerz, we have the BCRF costume.
Yeah, Miria said that, yeah.
Boy, there we go.
That's cool. That's a sick costume.
All right.
Thank you for
really
showcasing
cool.
that, Miria. Okay, nice. We have that slow start that they promised us.
So please do remember, this is a first to 10. This is not character locked. We have told them, but I think they're going to stick with the Balrog and Chun-Li matchup here. So we're going to watch this one unfold. I think all of us discussed the elephant in the room. It is going to be how Miria deals with dash straights in general. Do you know what? I love it. I told people not to put the scores in the stream chat. They just did. So that tells
They
me.
just did.
That just tells me.
And one guy said that the score will be 7-3. That's the best one. That was the best one.
You got a special shout out to that.
Yeah, special shout out to the 7th.
You've got to love them.
I'm loving these dashes from Miria right now, though. She started with just going like far away, and then she had a couple of surprise dashes that are really turning to fruition.
Yeah, the XNightMareEffecT has the V trigger activated, so you gotta look out for those dash lows now, because that's gonna convert into a massive amount of damage if it's gonna go. But it's over now.
Yeah, great blocking, but he's ready to punish that cross-speeding kick to fireball. Not really. Oh, she's not ready to check.
Yeah. Nice start.
Okay.
That is nerfed now in this season. I think Balrog's is it -2 or -4 now? The dash, throw, dash.
Oh, that's...
It's
no, the throw dash.
-2 in the corner of it.
Yeah. So you still kind of have to commit. So.
Whoa. Oh, I think he tried to do
interesting choice.
probably tried to bait a delayed button or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well.
Nice placement of the crushing Miria kick.
Oh, nice counter hit confirmed there from Miria, and then uses the
Yo!
forward
Whoa!
medium punch. There you go. Oh.
Oh, look at that! That was tricky.
Okay.
Tricky.
This is the thing. You got to be careful, because we said it when. Oh.
Look at it. Oh, it went so scrambly in just a matter of seconds there.
So here's the thing. So no matter how fancy you can be and your neutral's on point, we said this when we watched Pax and Shoryu Sengun play Boxer versus Cody a couple of months back. Is Boxer's one of the hardest hitters in the game now. So you've really got to pick your spots and be very careful. And again, Phantom Miria had a very good round there, but then as soon as XNightMareEffecT got his turn, was able to close it out with very simple and effective combo. So let's see how this unfolds.
Let's go!
Yeah,
Wait
Balrog
now
is-
with that neutral jump, though.
Balrog is one of those characters that you really need to be afraid of, like, till the end of the round, because he can make a comeback at any moment.
Here's the thing, though. Like, Miria did mention a couple of things that she will be doing, like neutral jump in, the dash straights, potential dash straights, punishing with crouching light kick into EX legs. So you really got to be careful at what range to do that. I kind of want to see if back hard punch works against stopping dash straights against the crush can as well, because that's got like 5 or 6 active frames, right?
I'm seeing already a huge problem for Miria. Like, I'm seeing the the crouching medium punch work really well for XNightMareEffect in this set already.
But this round, I really like the adaptations from Miria, stopping with the back walking and starting with a walk-up stand fierce, because stand fierce is like the main tool for Chun, and she's making it work really well right now. And I want to see if XNightMareEffect has some counter poke, maybe something to that. Right now, really good adaptation.
Oh no, that was unfortunate there, but the stun is slowly depleting. And lovely V-shift there from Miria to get out. A little bit risky, but we'll still take it anyway because it's back to neutral.
Yeah, and it was a great block on overhead as well.
Yeah, definitely Miria wants to get back to the neutral against Balrog, because Balrog is a scrappy character. He can make, situations, take advantage of those scrappy situations.
Oh, well, you say Balrog's... Oh, the shimmy into death. You say Balrog's scrambly. I'll tell you what, if you look at different parts of the world, Chun-Li can force a couple of scrambles as well.
That's true.
I know what you're thinking about. Let's go. I love that conversion. Nice. Shimmy's back. Soul attack earlier last round.
EX legs coming into play.
The
crush counter. Once again, that forward roundhouse has been really effective.
Yo, lovely defensive sequence there from XNightMareEffect. I'll tell you guys something as well. I was watching Phantom Miria stream earlier today. She was practicing a lot of the barrel tech that she wanted to lay down. And so far, she's actually been illustrating it really well.
It's awesome to see.
Yeah, she's been really patient on defense most of the time. Been hit her defensive options have been good. Only been shimmied once. Been really slow when he's been in her face when she's been low. I really like the decisions so far on defense.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Damage from the neutrals. Yeah.
And that's gonna be so much damage.
Oh, dead. Yeah, dead.
Oh, but that's it.
Oh,
Damn.
Panicked. Yeah, I think because there was a considerable life lead to work with, she kind of panicked and then wanted to press a button because, again, usually when you're in that situation where it's one medium or one light to kind of close out the round, you're literally trying to hope for that gap to come through, and you kind of forget your opponent can do basic frame traps to kind of close out the round. I do felt Miria let that game slip through her fingers there. So it's 2-0 to XNightMareEffect currently.
All right, let's get back into it. 2-0.
Let's see. Oh,
nice
punish.
fast fighter space, but no good punish. Needs the bar for that proper punish, right?
Well, I think at that range, it looked like you could have done jab into spinning bird kick, because I think when you want to punish dash straight, you want to get a knockdown, not just punish him,
Would you say that dash punch was not strategically placed?
Oh
yeah, I would say that was not just that one wasn't either, because that was in her face. He placed that one in her face. Definitely worked out nice. It's not the first bust out in the corner. Very, very saving that. I like these defensive decisions from Miria. I feel like the hits are coming from these kinds of situations from XNightMare, with the V trigger active. He's getting this round or a medium punch. But when she's down, Miria is good at defending.
No. Yeah, that's a good observation from you, Veggey.
Walks up.
Nice!
Challenge with that button. Here comes V trigger to Kikoso, and it's gonna go for the unblockable, but good delay rise there from XNightMareEffect. Not biting on defense. I don't know if the
This is so tense. Oh, the grab! The trade works for Nightmare's favor.
Okay, he's gonna build super here as well shortly. So if he wants to spend it early, he can. And he's gonna be using turn punch as well, because again, he's been rinsing turn punch in tournament play. It's been Pugera. Trust me, it's crazy that move.
And on a not so serious note, we've also seen Daigo play around with the turn punch recently.
Hold on, gonna get that knockdown off the target combo. Goes low for the mix-up. I don't know if Miria's gonna do a spinning bird kick to get out of this. No.
Oh,
Stun.
the overhead.
Oh, no,
look at this.
She doesn't up for the activation. Wants to save the activation with a big damage. Still no activation. Nice.
Confirmed. Reset. Oh, wait.
Yo, but the V-break.
Now, that was actually good awareness there from XNightMareEffect. I think that was really going to snowball and work in Miria's favor there, but good awareness and good reactions there from XNightMareEffect. Fierce trying to go for those frame traps, not biting. You can actually V-shift those, but I'm not sure if Barrow can get a dash straight after the V-shift, because you can hold back now, so.
We will have to wait and see.
Actually, do you know what? Now that I'm thinking, I'm kind of curious, because a lot of people can't V-shift and try and punish Kikosho from those frame traps mid-screen, but Barrow might be able to.
Oh, there it is!
That's it!
She's gonna convert!
Hey, she gets to save all the bar! She was looking for that, something into super, but finally finds the hit, and she goes for that tricky stuff. and just seals off the round with no meter spent. I love it.
And you know what?
Beautiful work from Miria.
Mad respect for going for the charged combo as well, because you got to dash then charge after you press the meter punch from that crush counter. I'm seeing optimal gameplay here from Miria. I'm loving it.
Yeah, but it only takes one turn punch.
Oh, wait, that was a minus
It
two.
actually only takes one. Yeah.
Dash punch. Hold on. She's still got
Has the
CA
super
though. I think she should probably look for the stand hard punch confirm right now.
Yeah.
Oh no!
There, oh my goodness, that's so much damage out of a few stray hits.
Block, please, just block. Oh no! Oh wow!
nice.
Well timed. Oh my!
No.
Wide open, he said.
Okay,
Wide open.
Ooh.
guys, was that strategic enough?
It kind of was.
was
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of was. maybe not. Maybe I'm just trolling. I don't know. If you got a half screen move that catches a lot of people's toes, you know the good old saying, skedaddle, skedoodle.
That's the theme of that.
Oh man.
You know, I feel two of these games could easily have been Miria's.
It could have easily been like a 2-2 or like a 2-1. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Definitely could. Just the end of the round, Dash Punch is just taking that stuff back. It's been
This has been neck to neck, like very entertaining so far. And look at that, converting to so much damage once again.
Nice crush counter. Do you know what? Miria's been incredibly successful with the down forward hard kick or forward HK crush counter. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's just you can't get a lot of it because before you used to be able to get a full combo off of her medium punch, but they toned that down. So.
But look at that Nightmare, just going back to that safe distance for those dash punches, but Phantom Miria punishing nicely there.
B-break. Closing out the round, dash straight. No. You kind of have to respect Barragoff's V reversal and his V break just in case he wants to throw out a dash punch. I'm not sure if the active frames change its negative frames on block, but you still have to be careful.
Yeah.
Alright,
okay. Yeah, look at that, the roundhouse, the neutral jump roundhouse. That's a strong neutral tool for Chun-Li.
But I feel we've seen that a lot. I feel like we need to see NightMareEffect recognize that and come for a punish with the dash upper at some point too, because there's been a lot of them and there's definitely something you can react with.
I can understand where you're coming from. Nice crush counter with the standing hard punch. Might go for a cheeky throw in a minute. Let's see what we got.
Oh, what an interruption. This time interrupted Nightmare.
Oh, crush counter
gets another one. That's great.
Yeah, that's that seems like a great tool in this matchup, honestly.
And I love that V-shift catch. That's the throw and then
throw.
The immediate has all that comeback. Let's go.
Well, careful. Yeah, good V-shift.
Oh, what the grab. Surprisingly long throw range, actually. I was not prepared for that.
Well, I mean, Chun-Li's, to my knowledge, Chun-Li's throw range isn't fantastic, but when you actually do a throw, she kind of slightly takes a step forward. Because you can just whiff throws at Chun-Li in training mode and she slowly moves forward. Barrel's throw range is okay, I believe, as well. It's not the best, but it's not something that's highly spoken about. But again, I want to go back to what Veggey was saying before. A lot of these games could have been completely different if Miria was able to just be a little bit more patient, close it out. Because again, this could have easily been like a 3-2 to NightMareEffect right now, but it is 4-0.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But you know what? Full credit to NightMareEffect though, because again, he's holding it down.
Yeah, and closing out is a skill in itself. It's like not only getting close to the closeout, but NightMareEffect is better at closing out. It might also help like with those V-trigger situations, but in general, closing out is something you need to be good at if you want to have the Ws. So it is something to work on as well.
Yeah, NightMareEffect is also very he's very good at making observations mid-match as well. Like he can take notes, mental notes really quickly and be like, oh, you're reacting in this kind of a way. Okay, let me try this next time.
Okay, hold on, trying to get that back fist, but NightMareEffect's not really going to overextend and press a button. He's noticed he's been getting crush countered for no reason a couple of times now, so he's just going to wait. There you go.
Oh no.
Can hit confirm, and only if Miria blocked that dash straight, that would have been a punish and straight to the corner. But again, because of that huge deficit, you had to get in there. And that could have been punished by EX Legs Raw. Yeah. Please do not let Barrow get away with that. Not the regular ones.
Not for Chun-Li, nice. Is that the second time? That's a low rate of loss now. Like 5-5th game and only 2 DP.
Okay, but we're seeing some neutral from Phantom Miria, the standing hard punch.
Let's try buffer.
Oh, you gotta be patient when that EX straight comes out.
I think.
Oh no, with the spacing trap.
For me, I think Miria's kind of worried after she gets hit by a dash straight. I think she's worried about what to press. That's why I think a lot of these buttons are connecting. That's my perspective anyway. So.
But I feel like
Oh no, it's so fast. It's so fast. It's like a bullet train.
Strategical.
yeah, strategy, baby.
I mean,
Strategy.
there's strategy in using a very powerful neutral eliminating tool as well, I guess.
Strategical. I'm bored. I'm just gonna throw a dash straight. No escape. Don't worry. He's piling up that list of haters. I'm telling you, but I'm loving it. Honestly, you know, I haven't watched much of Nightmare Effect, but I'm actually thoroughly enjoying the way he's playing boxer tonight. So, shouts to Nightmare
Yeah,
Effect.
he's
playing
like
really
a,
good.
yeah. Like Balrog is a really big bully. You need to play him in that way.
Why not? Oh, there we go. I think again,
Plus frames.
I think Miria needs to kind of opt to be more stubborn with Chun-Li's go-to poke. So I think like you're letting Nightmare Effect play too much, you know?
Honestly, I want to see if Miria is gonna lose this match. I want to see a kind of a break, you know, going back to the lobby, maybe rethinking a few things here, like just taking that break, asserting the situation.
Again, I see a lot of standing hard kicks. Go be careful
Yeah.
because if the crouching button catches that, you're in trouble. You might have to do like a standing hard punch, forward medium punch, something else. Do anything else. Gonna confirm to see it.
That's late.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah, it's the
Let's
link.
go.
All right, so this
The
is
legs.
guess for game. Are you going to do an empty jump low? Or are you going to go for the overhead? The delayed wake up instead. Nice break. Okay, there we
Plus
go.
frames.
Yeah, that's legit actually.
Let's
That is
go,
actually
yeah.
legit. Although,
Did you see the stagger? Let's go. She
That
needed
was-
to close out this round.
You know what?
I'll
That
go
was
for it,
a
go for
great
it.
activation. That was a great activation because Nightmare didn't have V-Shift available.
Do you know what's
He had to beat
crazy as
the
well?
character.
I'll tell you something that's very worrying. So you got to be careful with crouching hard kick into beat trigger 2 because Barrel can actually armor through that. I don't know if Nightmare Effect knows that.
Oh no! Look at the stun!
It's irrelevant right now.
Look at the stun!
But one thing I think was very nice there is that Miria was doing like these buttons into V-Trigger 2, like on block. Noticed that Nightmare wasn't pressing, so she could do longer walks before pressing, longer walks, and that's how she could kind of like close that out. She's definitely getting an adaptation to the rhythm of the defensive decisions from Nightmare Effect.
Yeah.
But Nightmare Effect very quick to readapt, as we've seen through the entire set.
Yeah, right.
I
Like I
promise
said
you,
earlier.
I do feel that Nightmare Effect is actually leading Miria into a false sense of security right now. She gets into the sweet spot range and then dash straight just comes out the EX version anyway. But can we get back throw? Oh, didn't cut a back throw. Oh no, he's gonna throw you instead.
Okay, the forward throw.
Nice.
Oh, great
Nice
answer.
link,
Great
lovely
answer.
link. Throw. Did we get one more? Almost.
Almost. Yeah. I was
Throw. He's waiting for the activation. and Here it
the
comes. Oh no,
activation.
you might guess wrong, and that might be it. Oh no.
Maybe not V-Shift.
Someone once said that it's time to guess.
The check. Oh, that was so sick on the check, but that would have won
That
if you
was so
confirmed the
cool.
EX legs. What do you? Oh,
That's your baby.
damn! You're 5-0 down and you're playing like that. Okay, do you know what? That might have been the game that Miriam needed.
Guys.
That sneaky 15-frame dash into backdash. Catch that delayed take there.
Guys,
Turn it around.
that win was huge. I
It
feel
was.
like that's huge to break the momentum. That's huge in itself.
5-1. I promise you, this should actually been a different score before, but
Did you see the backdash, the call out, and then the
I
whip punish?
saw
I loved it. That was so great. Baited with 2 stand heavy kicks. Backdash. There comes the turn punch with punish. Lovely start.
okay, that's low. Now
they're
the hit.
both so
The thing is, I think, well, again, Nightmare Effect has got an incredible amount of room to play with here. He can still make a couple more mistakes because he's got a 4-game lead to work with. And still get some data from Miria, but the
Wow,
way
that was
Miria's
great
been-
answer on the wave DX straight.
Yeah, the way Miria's been coming in and adapting and slowly coming back, this is looking good. Again, she's been having pretty good rounds throughout this set so far anyway.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier.
Oh, forward hard kick. Do you know what? We got to ask her about that. We definitely got to ask
Yeah.
Miria about the forward hard kick usage.
Yeah, look at that, they're standing. Neutral, by the way. Neutral, by the way. I control the space.
Hey,
Yeah, that
listen,
was
man.
crazy.
That's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to press stand fist with Chun-Li. It does half the work for you. I'm not even trolling. Like, stand
Yeah,
fist.
I know.
Chun-Li's buttons do half the work for you.
But look at that, the EX straight.
Next legs might have to V-shift. No, wait for a delayed throw instead. Goes back to neutral again.
He tried to actually punish the
Neutral jump, yeah,
neutral
that's-
jump,
that's
but
why
she did
they-
the back jump instead.
But do you know what? That shows you how on point NightMareEffect's reactions are. He just saw a
Yeah.
jump and just moved.
Yeah.
Like, flinched.
He
So-
didn't even bother to confirm if that was neutral or back.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's terrifying.
Forward medium
Okay,
punch
now it's a
again.
great position to use the super because the V-trigger is there. So now any damage is just bonus for
Knockdown.
Miria. Can she find something here? Nice interruption or
Could be a reversal.
stop from
The
Nightmare.
V reversal. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, to
keeps
keep
it
the pressure.
Well,
yeah,
it's
keeps
one of
him in the corner.
the,
And the Grey Life is building as well.
Oh! That would have clipped. He would have won in the round. If that whole dash sequence clipped it. Jesus. Oh, no.
But I think no, I'd like to add. I think that is one of the things you can actually V-shift now. 'Cause
reaction?
the EX low isn't as because the EX low isn't as fast. The reason I think you get hit a lot of the time is that
You think it's that
You are
straight?
like you just
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you
think
just
that's straight.
yeah. So you stand up to walk backwards, right?
Yeah.
To try kind of like get a better punish or whatever.
Yeah, well,
And then
listen,
it's close.
Phantom Miria was talking about before. It's hard to deal with a lot of things that Barrow does online, but you know, what? I'm probably gonna have to try reacting to EX dash low in training mode later. Now that Veggey's brought it up, so
Just not too close, like that mid.
yeah,
mid
no,
half
I know what you mean.
thing.
It's got to
Yeah.
be like you have to see it like as fast as humanly possible.
Guys,
Stun.
look at this. Oh,
He's back.
it slides out.
You shimmy
He's
me
back.
for your win. I'ma do it back. Fight fire with fire, and it puts him at a 6-1 lead in
He's
this
just
set.
too good to close rounds, Jammerz. His round closing is just, it's always
He's
there.
so
When he's
good, yeah,
close
he's
at
so
a
It's
round,
nice. It's on point.
he will close the round. Like if he gets close to it. I think that is a very big strength. That's not something all players actually do have. It sounds easy, but closing rounds is a skill in itself, and he's always closing them.
Well, no,
Yeah, and
I
even-
totally agree with what
Yeah.
Veggey said.
Yeah, exactly. And even though Balrog might be good at it, not all Balrog players clearly don't do that.
Well,
Exactly.
they don't strategically place their dash straight. So if you can't do that, you can't close out a round. You know what I mean?
Bro,
I mean, you might get closed out instead.
just try and stop me.
Yeah, that's Balrog for you.
Low.
Oh, look at that. The EX low.
-2, by the way.
Well, hey, listen, hold on. Charlie's got a 5-frame -2 X legs. What are you on about? Remember when CCL was just flinging them out at VCF or versus fighting?
Yeah.
Like,
I
come on
remember
now,
two
let's not go
solos
down this road. Let's not go down this road about more moves you can just throw out for no reason. Back throw there from Miria.
Nice little.
Just hold this range. Oh, I'm
wait,
loving that
yeah.
he's waiting for Stand Fierce to whiff so he can do EX dash straight. I want to try that out as well. Nice spinning bird kick as well. Very risky, but he done it. Or she done it, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, she's
shield plus.
Yeah. She's trying to dash
No!
forward. Oh, great
no!
answer. He was
Okay.
ready. He was ready.
What I feel is he knew there was going to be one button first before the walk because that was instant. So maybe in that situation, he had something on her realizing that this is going to work. I just need to wait for the first button because that was a medium interruption. It wasn't a light, right?
Yeah,
That
I
was-
think
there was
Miria
some
did
knowledge
stand
there.
medium punch and then he immediately, whoa, nice frame.
Oh, and the crush counter. Look at the damage. And you're already in the corner waiting to get smacked by Balrog.
Again, the lack of resources on Chun-Li, just got to walk forward, press stand fierce, build that
Yeah.
meter on block. I think it looks like there's very limited things Chun-Li can do against Box in
Yeah.
a situation like this. So
And look at Nightmare's bar. Like, he can... There you go. He just uses the meter. Gets into the corner instantly. That's terrifying.
counter hit confirmed, but we didn't quite get it there. She got the counter hit stand medium punch, but she didn't go low. Crouching medium kick probably would have reached. Low again.
She still has that activation though.
Nice.
Let's go.
No, nice. That was actually pretty good. Force
Yeah.
it.
That was good punish.
Can we get 2 throws?
Oh, this is so big.
Get 1, get 2.
Can we get
Come on.
another one?
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Just take the throw.
See?
Oh, she does not
It's
go for
like
the
I
third
know
one.
what I'm
Let's go.
talking about.
Oh, no. This is
You
so
definitely
scary.
do.
This is so
Oh.
scary.
Wait, just wait.
I was... Oh, the double KO. I was just gonna say I smell an EX straight.
Is that +1, Jammerz?
Which one?
Is that
It is.
EX straight?
Yes.
Yeah, it's +1.
Normally it's +1. I think you can make it +2 in 1 or 2 situations. I can't quite remember, but you'd rather not do that. But again,
you might have thought the turnaround punch was coming, that instant press, then you kind of...
yeah,
kind of like a mix-up.
No, it is. There's a lot of things Balrog does, but it's a mix-up in itself. Remember, he can cancel a whiff dash straight into the... I was just about to say it. Oh man.
This character is wild.
And he said,
I like that.
hard-working, honest character. All right.
Neutral based, right?
Hey, listen. Everyone has their own interpretation of neutral. It doesn't have to be as clean as you think it does.
Yeah, exactly. My neutral, it's my reality, my neutral.
This is a great round for Miria, though. Really,
Yeah,
good
it
with the
is.
buttons. I feel like we see times where she's using the buttons a lot, and then when she just stops, even though it is working. So I really like to understand why it's being stopped. What's happening? That's
But
I
that's
think
not
it's
good.
well, let's just see how this pans out first before I continue
Yeah.
my point, because you might be stunned in it. Could be reversal there from Miria once
good.
again. EX Kid Koken. Please be careful.
Great answer. Oh, it's not
nice,
enough
damn
for
fierce.
Yeah, wasn't enough for Nightmare Effect. Definitely tried to interrupt there, but got smacked on the head.
Yeah, I think it's a case of you kind of subconsciously stop pressing the same button or doing the same tactic in a match, Veggey. I know a lot of us have done that with characters. It's like you want to follow the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But some people do stop and want to change up tactics mid-game or mid-set, you know?
Because I feel like she's doing so strong, and she's about that stand heavy kick and stand heavy punch. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice trade.
I
I
totally agree with what you're saying. So.
There we have it again, the buttons.
Watch out, please be
Koken
careful.
isn't really a tool she can use like against other characters, where she just throws it and dashes because of the turnaround and because of the sway, right? So
Yeah.
she has to be
Whoa,
more buttons
make it
only,
count.
but let's go. This should be the
There's going to be
super.
scaling. There's going to be a
just
fair
enough.
bit of scaling because some of these combos are a bit finicky. I think this
look at
brother
the
might be still
scaling.
alive. Yeah, there you just about.
Just about.
Nice V shift. If you don't empty that,
There's
that
the
would be
break.
wild. Just press a button. Don't cancel it. Just press a button.
Oh,
Yeah.
but don't press a button after EX straight though. That's
No, actually, do you know what? Some characters can press their 3 frame against EX dash straight.
oh yeah, and it might trade. Yeah, true. That's
But
a
I
good
think
point.
she shouldn't press too much now. She's got
Oh
the
no!
trigger.
Block! But it's
No.
safe on block. Please, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Oh my God! You're killing me here. Oh,
Can we just agree that that conversion from that straight follow-up punch was pretty good from Nightmare Effect?
oh no!
Definitely was. But I would like to point out that Miria made Nightmare waste half a V-bar with a V-shift. So she was out of that forced comeback, right? But then she kept on heavy buttons into V-trigger, giving that V-trigger back. So instead of just looking, she just needed one hit, right? Instead of trying to find it with a whip punish or maybe a light or a low.
Hard kick, get back throw, please. Just do the throw. Okay, that's fine. He teched it anyway. That gives you all the data you need. But please, you got to slow down. I know you got a huge life lead here, but Miriam, please slow down.
Yeah. We've seen that from time to time. Even though you got the huge life lead against
That was
Nordic.
sick. That was clean. Nah, that was clean. Come on.
That was close.
That was clean.
7-2. That's good. That's good.
All right,
And
cool.
Miria gets a breather here. Gets to rethink a few things.
You know what?
Gets another very important win at this point.
I think I was getting a bit tired before the stream started. I think Miriam's waking me up.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
watching. I'm
Wake
like,
me
damn,
up.
that's your round. Like, no, wait, just like I'm just starting to make sound effects now. I might be on soundboard, but it's 7-2 right now.
I can provide the sounds if you want, man.
No, getting my own soundboard means my own sound effect. No one cares about your own sound effects.
Damn, you're gonna be like that?
I can do. Let's see what it is. Okay.
Look at the life lead. Oh my, it's already
Nice
nice
back throw,
back
though.
throw. Yeah, nice back throw.
You know what? I'm telling you, I promise you, right? I think Miria can be one of the most scariest players from the West Coast if she just works on that composure when she's making a comeback. I think that's one of the things. That's one of the glaring weaknesses for me right now. Oh, that could have been a cancel. That could have been a
Yeah,
cancel.
that could have
Yeah,
been.
V-trigger
No
and
super. It could have been a V-trigger confirmed, definitely.
Yeah, but
Woulda,
like
coulda.
V-trigger and then you get the bar and then the super. Yeah, but
Yeah.
definitely.
And look at that. Nightmare is so patient right now.
Please cancel one of those, please.
This is looking really scary because I'm smelling an EX straight.
No, he's not. Oh, well, there it is. There it is.
There it is.
you go.
Nice smelling. You have a nice sense of smell, my bro. No COVID on you.
If Miria
know
could
it,
just
Veggey.
walk and grab him. No, you
Oh,
can't.
nice.
Wow.
That was a sick interruption, though.
Good knowledge check there. Good knowledge check there
Yeah.
from Nightmare Effect. Again, he's starting to show it. He's starting to show it.
He's probably getting more and more confident as the lead has been progressing. You can like show people more of what you know.
Hey man, a lot of people can learn from what Nightmare Effect's actually doing in terms of just down back and people are like, I didn't pay $60 to block. I'm like, well, guess what? It might put you 7-2 up in a set. Who knows?
And also, blocking doesn't do any damage, dude.
You take damage
Yeah.
though, but you can turn it around.
But you get bar though. You get V-trigger bar and super bar. That is great. That might be the win you need.
Does Chun-Li CA punish dash straight? No, it does not. frames. Dash straight to -4. Chun-Li's CA is 5 frames startup, I believe, so it is not a clean punish.
We're in the corner, but Phantom Miria gets a really nice EX legs, gets that valuable real estate to manages to turn the situation here.
Oh dear. If you get
highway
wrong,
rock.
the block and the punish. This is going to be clean. It's not going to be dead, but we can make something work. Actually, I might lie to you all. That might be dead.
Might have. It might be. I think.
Whoa, okay, that's good.
Close out.
Hey, wait, hold on. I remember Matt. Matt never told anyone the story. I remember Matt. The street guy, he slyly said to Capcom to give Barrett more help. I might need to slightly off to take it away. I remember what Matt did. Don't worry, he never told anyone.
You got access to files?
Yeah,
I mean, we're definitely we're exposing Matt right now.
Of course.
Yo.
Great neutral jump from Phantom Miria, but we're in the corner. This is really scary.
Oh, good backdash. You know what? Good backdash there from xNightMareEffecT. I think he was anticipating that. Didn't get caught by the legs. That's fine.
Yeah. I think he could have punished too if he was really ready. Might have just flinched in the last moment.
Stone fierce. There's another dash straight.
Once
And threw it
again,
out there anyway. Do you know, I kind of respect that because I saw xNightMareEffecT walking forward slightly. Can we get a couple of grabs again?
Nice.
You need to do it.
Yes.
Watch out for the V shift. Oh no, not even.
Oh, and that's it.
Not
Yeah,
even.
the highway roggery.
Roggery.
Okay, in situations,
I got you. I got that.
in situations like that, I think that's happened about 3 to 4 times now. I do feel that's when Miria needs to play like frame tight. She's getting a button and too comfortable trying to stagger, thinking right, he's going to do delay tech, delay throw. Because let's be real here, xNightMareEffecT has been phenomenal on defense. He's been mixing things up really well. But in those situations where he has V trigger and he's trying to make that comeback or close out the round, go back to playing frame tight. It might work.
Yeah.
So this goes.
Can you call it roggery in broad daylight?
I mean, a couple of those rounds early on in this set, they were definitely not your rounds. Like, they were not your rounds.
Exactly. Yeah, where are you taking those rounds?
Did you see that conversion though? That was sick. Let's go.
That was sick.
Hard-working character.
And like, you know, I can't help but think like, when I watched xNightMareEffect's YouTube content, like he's doing all of that stuff what he's talking about in the YouTube videos. So if you haven't, studied up his videos, go take a look at his channel.
And I want you to go look at that shimmy he did for the uptick time. He's trying to make this 9-2 here. He is definitely running away with this. He's not robbing anyone. He's just shimmying you left, right, and center.
Yeah, I feel both players are playing really solid. This is a great video of using
this
buttons
has been
and characters. So
yeah,
this is a really good set in that sense. I do feel it could have been closer than it is right now, but it is what it is. And xNightMareEffecT is kind of running away with it. But I do like both players in their this matchup and this set.
Even then, look, we control about these characters. We can
wow,
say about their mix-up. Oh, that might be stunned. That's stunned.
You're stunned.
Yeah, stunned.
But yeah, I was gonna say that as well. Like both players are great emissaries for their characters.
Hold on. Oh,
wow.
Kind of falling apart a little bit there.
I don't think he was looking for a spinning bird kick. I think he shuffled forward just a little bit and was waiting for a crouching light kick. That's why that jab came out. But thankfully, he caught the spinning bird kick there. Now again, give credit where credit is due because he's exhibiting so much matchup knowledge that he knows spacing, the patience, the way to just force Phantom Miria to make a mistake or like pulling a false sense of security. So this is really working out for xNightMareEffecT, man. I'm really impressed by the way he's been playing Boxer today.
Yeah. You remember we had this one set, was it 8-2, that ended up like 10-9 to the person who was down 8-2?
It might have been Shaxi 4
Can
fills.
happen, that was the one, Shaxi 4 fills, yeah. So it's never over, guys. Like, we see it's close, it can always be closer.
That's true.
So I say just stick with it. You're not kind of like eliminating until it's done. So I think she has the game plan. She just needs to... I think it's what Jammerz saying, the tightness on offense when she's close to death and kind of chilling a bit more when she needs to get the kill.
Yeah, I didn't hear no bell yet.
Not yet. Not caved in yet. Some people are asking, why on earth did Chun-Li get jabbed out of her EX spinning bird kick? He only has 8 frames of invincibility, so my only issue with that, or the answer to that, is the jab only connected after the invincibility ran out. That's the only thing I can answer with.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Look at this round, looking good,
She's
but
got to wait. She's got to wait because this is the problem. I'll go for it.
You need to be. Yeah.
How does xNightMare have V trigger? He's used like 3 V shifts this round, and he still has V trigger. It doesn't matter. So I was so surprised. I was going to say.
Wait, what were we saying before about V shift? I don't think a successful V shift should give you half a bar back. I think the V break should give you the bar back, not the V shift.
Yeah.
Agree. Because then that's a good V shift. If you
Yeah,
get the
yeah. Balrog has a great V shift.
He's a good one. Nice. Finally finds a stagger, but no conversion though. Been looking for it too much. Maybe surprised that hit wasn't quite ready.
Yeah, Phantom Miria making their way downtown to the other corner here.
I think
Making my way downtown.
V skill 1, and he's actually seldom used that. The V skill 1 has been seldom used in terms of dealing with Kikoken because Phantom Miria can't really throw it out there. But even when he's used it in V-Trigger 1 stuff, it's been pretty good. Gonna cancel that. Watch out. Gonna activate. If you guess wrong, that's it.
No, the crush
wow,
counter.
too
Oh,
far.
what a valuable drop.
Please be careful.
Yes! She finds the hit. We're still alive, guys. We get to commentate at least another thing.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, we love to see.
Let's
we
go.
love to see. We want
right.
more matches. We want more matches.
So, no, of course, I definitely want to see this set pan out a little bit more. There's one or two things that I'm considering I need to have a look at in training mode a little bit later tonight. But again, she's coming back, but I'm still worried about some of the tactics Miria's employing right now. Obviously, when you get the dub, you get the dub. Don't listen to me. I'm just a guy who's rubbish at this game. However,
You're not.
in terms of
You're
long
not.
term, you've got to be pretty careful about stand fist into Kikosho canceling V-Trigger 2. I'm a little bit worried about times about that. So.
Yeah.
But I'd like to add one thing that Miria is doing, maybe not realizing that she's doing one. Every time she's doing a fireball, the Nightmare starts looking for the fireball, so she can use that to her advantage to start going closer. With
Yeah, just walk forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's always ready for the next fireball, which means he's now starting to focus on her fireball. So if she does the fireball, she can use that to her advantage.
But
And
it's,
Chun-Li has great walk speed as well.
you always have to. You two always have to remember. We're the second pair of eyes, so we can hypothesize all the time.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is more for when maybe they're watching it back
Oh, the
themselves.
armor.
All the viewers. Oh, still alive though.
The reversal again, good
Okay,
choice. That was a very good
reversal,
choice with the V reversal, by the way.
A great time.
Oh wow!
Almost landed. That was. I was really sure that Nightmare was gonna land on that fireball.
All right, potential set point here for Nightmare Effects, and there was a little wager that happened before, but we came to an agreement. We are actually going to raid
That was
Nightmare
so
Effects once the stream is done.
Nightmare's
Punish,
just
that's a
nice.
punish,
Yeah.
that's legit.
Because-
Yeah, that is
that's
legit.
great.
-2.
And that is, like, did you know this? That Nightmare's just pulling out these tricks at the last round, like canceling the turnaround punch to the V skill right at when he's about to hit Phantom Miria.
Oh no, here we go. 2 throws will put you in a very bad position. There's one. Can he get another one? No, he's going to crush counter. Look for that one hit stun. That might be it.
and that's it.
Uh-oh. If overhead. Oh, she flinched right at the death. Anyone would have done it. And that, ladies and
Everyone.
gentlemen, is going to be it for tonight's exhibition. Nightmare Effect. Hard-working, honest man. Dash
Cheating.
lows, dash straights. Great defense. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But congratulations. Let me see GG's in the chat. Nightmare Effect takes it there. If we got any Nightmare Effect supporters in the chat, I want to see you making those noise. But also, can we give a special shout out to Phantom Miria, please? Because a lot of those
Yes.
rounds could have gone completely different. Now, she did say what she was going to do in the matchup, and for the most part, she did it. It's just one of those clutch situations when she had a life lead and could have waited a little bit, overexerted at times. Just some of those things that Veggey was alluding to before. It's just psychological things and understand that heat of the moment. We all can't do that. And there's too many things in this game to think about. Playing this game is like running the house. There's so many things you've got to keep on and make sure the house, you don't lose it. It's very difficult to do that. But full credit to Miria for even showcasing some of that stuff there. And she's given me a lot to consider about playing Chun-Li as well. But we can talk about that with the players right after this break. So don't go nowhere. If you want to stick around and hear what these players have to say about that set, please stick around. But we'll be back in a bit. See you in a bit.
Stick around.
If I go too far, please forgive me.
guess it's time to start warming up.
All right, everybody, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets. Now I can be the bearer of bad news. If you've just joined us, the set has concluded. XNightMareEffect did win the set, taking it 10-3. Phenomenal gameplay from both, but again, there was the scoreline states otherwise, and facts do not lie. But we're now in the post-match interview phase. We're going to have a little chat with both the players. So, XNightMareEffect, Miria, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
I can hear you.
There's one. I know he went somewhere shortly.
Yeah, he went somewhere.
He might not be back just yet. He is here somewhere. But while
He went to celebrate.
I know he probably went to celebrate. I'll just
I
tell
think he
people
went
to
to do
subscribe
the
to this
dishes.
channel.
I think he also went to do the dishes. Right?
But he'll come back when he's ready. First
Who did
of
the
all-
dishes?
What? Wait,
Well,
you want to bring that up? You want to bring that up, Veggey?
Yeah, you want to bring that up?
I don't know. Since you brought it up, I know who did the dishes, but I don't know. Some
Like-
people in the chat
like-
alluded to it, but if you want to tell everyone who
Yeah.
was doing the dishes in the background whilst the street fight was going on.
I feel like I owe the stream an explanation, and I feel like I need to defend myself. I did not both commentate and do the dishes. I'm not that talented. Like Saint Cola was theorizing that, okay, Veggey is doing the dishes while commentating, multitasking, something he's not known for, leveling up, nice. But no, the truth is I was commentating, and Saint Cola,
Alright,
my beautiful wife, was doing the dishes.
So you felt you needed to tell Cola that your wife was in the dishes. Is that what you're saying?
Because he gave me the creds of being a multitasker, which is a lie. I cannot do more than one thing.
I
at the
can't
same time.
handle you guys. I can't handle
I can't handle.
sorry,
I
guys.
can't handle the pair of you. Anyway, right, Veggey, you had a question that you wanted to ask Miria right off the bat. I
Yeah.
think it's a very fitting question for the
It
FGC.
is a fitting question because it was a very close set. In reality, it just didn't show that on the scoreboards. I was just asking kind of casually, Miria, did you feel the salt? Are you salty after that set?
No, not at all. I was actually teaching xNightMareEffect. Like there was like some punishes that he didn't know about, and I was like on his stream teaching him about the punishes and everything. I'm all about sharing the tech, and when I was actually streaming earlier, and I was telling my stream that I was like happy whatever the outcome is. I feel that Nightmare is an exceptional player. He's an amazing player, content creator, and just an amazing person overall. So there's like no beef between us, and I was like happy just to be here and fight him and everything. So no, not at all.
Yeah,
it was like
Becky.
sometimes like the fight could have gone the other way, and I was salty.
There we have it. Yeah, because the set, let's be real, the games were close. We kept saying it in the start, but I think Nightmare's one of his bigger strengths was closing rounds and not being closed out himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the big difference. There was both sides were excellent in the neutral
Man,
and the
I got
knowledge.
hit by every dash under straight, EX dash under straight. I was like,
Close outs.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we're gonna talk about our strategically placed dash straights and
They
mixed
were.
in with dash
They
slows.
were
I mean,
strategic.
So,
it is still hard. As you guys saw, like I kept trying to walk and block, but I got hit every single time.
Well,
Yeah.
I
And I was
mean,
like, oh my god, please, please.
I mean, that's the trick behind it, right? You're too busy, you're too focused on the dash straight, so then he's just going to clip you with the dash slow. And I think XNightMareEffect actually was doing a pretty decent, unreactable to the human eye range. And because, I mean, all of them hit. So, XNightMareEffect, are you back with us now?
Yes, sir. I'm back.
Fantastic.
Welcome
So,
back.
first of all, I want to ask about your composure on defense as a whole, because again, you were pretty resolute most of the time on defense, and you knew when to pick your spots. I mean, have you got any words of advice for people that struggle with that? Because obviously, Veggey said you're very good at closing out rounds, but it all starts from you defend and go, right, you know what? Miri's going to throw me here. Miri's going to stop and stagger here. Like, how do you were able to compose yourself and turn things around?
Well, in most situations, usually after like every knockdown, I tend to look at my life to see and determine if I'm able to take a throw. So if I see that I have like a lot of health, then the throw isn't gonna scare me. But as far as defense go, I already know Chung-Li buttons reaching, 70% of the screen. So I do best to block. So knowing that certain moves are like 0 and negative on block, I tend to like wait for like patterns to see what she do after certain buttons and then pick that and let that determine my decision making.
Okay, fair play. Very interesting knowledge there that you'd be able to share with us. Miria, I've got a question for you, because you were pretty successful with this button. It was forward HK. That crush counted a lot. What was the philosophy using that in the neutral? Is that a pretty good tool to use against Balrog specifically, or is it?
Yeah, it is really good. If you're poking with forward strong, and you set your opponent to press a button after that, they start feeling it. So what I do next is I do forward heavy roundhouse for if they press a button, they will get a crush counter, and if they buffer crouching medium punch into that straight, it'll whiff. And it happened like 2 or 3 times that it caught me like airborne. So he buffered that straight, and I whiff punished because the dash straight doesn't hit. Only crouching medium punch hits, and that straight doesn't. So I can get to whiff punish that. And that was like what I was looking for pretty much. And I got whiff punished a lot of times because it didn't space it well.
Okay.
But most of the times he was getting crouch counter because he was pressing buttons.
I mean, it's a very active game, but I mean, as well, probably got to ask. Let me ask XNightMareEffect this question as well, because I'm curious about this. When Chun-Li does a button into Kikosho on block mid-screen, there's a lot of characters that can V-shift, but they have to commit to a break. I'm wondering if Balrog can actually do a V-shift and then punish the recovery of the Kikosho with dash straight. Can he do that?
Yes, and that's actually what Phantom was showing me yesterday. So when they commit to the V trigger, you can actually V shift by itself and then get a full crouch and fierce punish.
Oh wait.
And also, don't forget that you can interrupt it with 3 frames, and you actually did it in a match.
Yeah.
You got me.
Damn.
Well, you got me. I think it was. Which one is it? Is it crouching hard kick into Kikosha? That's the 2-frame or 3-frame gap that the buttons don't work, but armored attacks do.
There is a gap when you do standing fierce into Kikosho, and there is a gap when you do crouching medium kick heavy legs into Kikosho. You can interrupt those too.
Okay, interesting.
You can actually V-shift and get a full punish, or if you have a 3-frame, and Bardo has 2 buttons that have 3 frames, so he can interrupt it anytime he wants.
See, privileged barrel characters. I like it. You know what I mean?
He's really privileged.
must be nice to have an EX dash tray that's plus being like that.
And can be strategic as well.
Strategic.
Listen, he did tell us before the set, and 9 times out of 10 they did work out. I think 1 or 2 were poorly spaced, but for the most part, 98.7% of the time he did land them successfully. So
he was actually measuring them with a measuring stick. Like, okay.
well, are you telling me? Are you telling me NightMareEffect has a tape measure next to his stream setup as well when he's playing?
He does.
Is it the Taquito one?
Yes,
Oh, we got
indeed.
the Taquito tag.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the Taquito one? Nice.
Oh yeah.
You use it during the game? Wow.
It's all about the numbers.
This is what we need to aspire to get. This is the next level.
Maybe we all need one then, just to understand spacing, because still there's tons of players out there that don't understand the concept of spacing. But I mean, Olvaha, you got any questions regarding the set? Regarding what you saw?
Sure. I wanted to ask NightMareEffect. Do you have some kind of strategic like no, I didn't actually try to use that word as a joke. I was actually like trying to use it seriously, but then I realized, oh damn. But anyway, I wanted to ask you, do you have some kind of an order for your mix-ups? Because I saw you were doing, like in the last rounds especially, I feel like you were doing turnaround punch, cancelled into the V skill, and you just landed right in front of Miria, went for a throw. Is it something that you usually like save for like last rounds, like closing situations, or could you like elaborate on that possibly?
All right, so I'm gonna give you the full rundown on it because I don't want to take credit for this.
Okay. I'm all ears.
I was a Balrog player who never really used tap. Like once tap got nerfed in season 2, which is the glory days, I just left it alone, right? But shout outs to Jimmy and every other Balrog player who's been telling me to do this. But recently I seen Jimmy use tap, and I've seen how he use it. He will start off with just raw taps, like just poke with it, and then once he feels that he has this person conditioned, he starts V-scaling up front, because of course you think the tap is actually going to come, but if you V-scale, it's kind of a last second thing. So when I seen that, I was like, okay, let me try it out and see how it goes. But that whole setup right there, like I never really used to do that.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But if I could intervene with like some counter strategies for the viewers and for Miria in the future, is that because we have a Balrog who is very much in that mix-up. You know who I'm talking about, Jammerz probably. He's not from the UK. It's the other Balrog. Yeah. So what there is like, I feel like the counter to that to take away, and maybe there's another mix-up that you can then tell me about NightMareEffect, would be to like delay button cancel OS, so that you press the button the moment you will block the turn punch, so that if the turnaround punch, the turnaround V skill comes out, you punish the V skill and you block the turn punch. Is there like a layer to defeat that, or is that the counter? And as long as they remember that, they can we stop that?
I feel like if you're trying to beat tap, it's kind of a risk, because if I commit to the actual punch, it's gonna cause a counter hit, which leads into a combo. So you're taking a chance at if I'm going to do it or not. Now, if you can actually react to the spin itself, you could just cancel the whole mix-up and just take the chip damage from tap and then be at a -2 situation.
Yeah, I was thinking more of like, you press in the moment you block, so that if you do the tap, you block, but if you do the V skill, you punish the V skill. It's like an OS punish.
Oh, an OS. I'm not too sure. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it works on the tap, because the tap is slower. It definitely works on the regular dash punches. That's something to look into, I guess. And there might be a next layer too.
Okay, that was interesting. I've got
Veggey, you
another.
should be a Balrog player.
What, him? But do you know what? Veggey would probably be one of the most dangerous Balrog players in Europe, but he's too in love with Birdie. So I think we should keep it that way, so I can get the one up on him all the time. That's why I want to keep it
every
that way.
time, every time, Jammerz, every time. Ranked, tournament, sets, always.
Always got your back, homie. Always put it in the ground. But anyway,
Damn. With a knife.
Miria,
He's got
I've
my
got
back with a knife.
another question for Miria. So if we were to kind of bring this up like on the fly, there's anything that you could immediately turn around or take away from that set in terms of how you could have improved, what would it be?
Not getting hit by dash straight.
Sometimes it's as simple as
That's a big one.
It's just that. Just like, please make welcome block easy online, and that's it. But I got hit many times, and also I got hit, like I said before, I got hit by under dash straight EX. So probably that. I wasn't watching my feet, so yeah, that put him in a like very good situation every time I got hit by that.
Okay, fair. XNightMareEffect, do you agree with what Miria is saying in terms of her observation, or was there other things that you kind of picked up on during the set that you're like, maybe if Miria stopped this, she would have taken this round? Because there was quite a number of rounds where I thought if Miria took that round, this set would have like resulted in different results, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, she played the matchup how it should be played, you know, and it really did come down to if she got caught moving forward or trying to expose her feet. So maybe if she would have played more defensive, EX lows may have not got connected as often. But as far as that, she played it exactly how it should be played. She was attempting to neutral jump the straights, which she did a lot in the beginning, which actually made me start throwing less straights, because now I'm starting to see that, you know, the neutral jumps was coming. But besides that, she played it good. It's just that the straights was her biggest problem.
Okay, but I mean, like, you pretty much took advantage of the fact that, okay, because you're prioritizing dash straight so much, I'll implement the dash lows, I'll get a sneaky dash in here and there, I'll walk forward and make you panic. Because I felt that, again, there was a couple of rounds where Miria had a good life lead or a good amount of resources to work with, and then you activated V-Trigger, and then you got it with the KKB V-Skill 1 frame trap in V-Trigger 1 and was able to close it out. So it's just a couple of those clutch moments where I thought she was panicking a little bit. Because again, it's one hit away from stun or one hit away from death that could have given her that victory. And I think you kind of took advantage of that really well to kind of like increase that deficit that you had on the lead. I mean, do you agree with that, or do you think it's something else?
I do think that he actually maximized on the mix-ups after dash straight.
Yeah.
The mix-up game was strong. I was like, okay, he's gonna do this time, or he's gonna do this that time, and I got hit, but like many times it was counter hit. One of the buttons that I'm really scared in this matchup is, I think, it's crouching fear. So when he goes like down to the floor,
where it launches you. Yeah.
It covers mid range and lower range. So I cannot do low forward because I will get crouch counter by that a lot.
Okay.
So that's one button that I shouldn't be using that much in that matchup. Crouching medium kick, because you get crouch counter by that. Well, like I said, it's a hard match for Chun, but I still think it's 5-5 if you play it on point, which I didn't.
Well, listen, there's always a chance for next time. We might have to maybe get you guys to do a run back, or maybe put you up against another Balrog player from the States. Who knows? We'll be thinking about some stuff. But have you gentlemen got any more questions for these two before I hit him with my favorite questions?
Yeah, I had one observation, if that's okay, Olvaha.
Yeah, of course. I was like goading.
You know, as the picture you made earlier, we're true bros. It's Ryu and Wolverine, so we can do it together. We want to speak together, whatever you want, Olvaha. So
I was goading you into going first because I'm a gentleman.
Shukran, Habibi. Okay, so Miria, I noticed many rounds you started off with stand fierce, stand heavy kick, stand fierce, and it was working. Like XNightMareEffect was getting either very defensive or his life was dropping, the gray bar was working, and then you just stopped. Like,
you just stopped doing it.
Was there a counter you're waiting for from him, or what was the reasoning behind just stopping? Because it was working out so many times.
He was holding back down. That's the thing. As soon as I see Balrog walking forward, to me, I use standing fierce and roundhouse a lot. But whenever he's like just like sits there, I'm afraid to do it because I will get EX dash straight.
Okay.
So that's the thing. If he moves forward, I can abuse my standing fears. But if he's just sitting there, I cannot do that.
Okay.
It's very easy to bar with punish standing fears. If they preemptively just like throw it out there, even like they're safe, it's +2. And if they preemptively throw it and I'm doing standing fears, I will get hit out of that.
Okay.
So you're kind of like reacting to his movement. Okay, we didn't catch that, or I didn't catch that. That's a nice little insight.
Yeah.
It's always good to ask about these things.
Yeah, that's how we learn about it.
So we got to do what commentators got to do. Commentators got to know everything about the game. We can't miss a beat, you know? But,
I got one more question, actually.
Go for it.
We were talking about all characters in the first interview part, and I wanted to ask XNightMareEffect specifically. What do you think is worse? Is it harder to play against Colin or Chun-Li? Because Miria was talking about kind of playing Colin on the side. I want to just hear that.
Definitely Colini's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Colin is a problem for sure, but wait, the question was who do I hate the most?
Who's worse for Balrog, Chun-Li or Colleen?
Oh, who's worse?
Yeah, who's worse?
I feel like Chun-Li may be more of a roadblock for me because I feel like Colin becomes a problem when she has trigger activated, then it's mainly standing fierce. But I feel like Chun-Li is just, to me, it's Chun-Li.
Okay.
Every other Balrog may say Colin, I don't know, but me, Chun-Li.
And that's your personal perspective, isn't it? Because again, there's character matchups and there's like, yo, I just don't like Chun-Li. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand that. But
Okay, great.
now I'm gonna ask this to Miria first because I know she wants to talk about Chun-Li and I like to talk about Chun-Li as well. If there's one thing you could change about Chun-Li, a returning like tool she had, or returning like tool she had in general, or from last season, what would you want to give Chun-Li as a change or give her back? Anything from any of the seasons? +1 on leg, instant air blocks, -4 stand hard punch, or -2 stand hard punch, anything that comes to mind.
I would say give her back standing low kick as an anti-air. I think that's the only useful resource of that button. Like, she can do anything with that button regardless of like anti-airing, but she can no longer do that. And standing low kick would cover ranges that back roundhouse doesn't. So I feel like she lost a little bit of neutral control when it comes to that.
Okay.
So I would ask for that back.
Yeah.
Standing low kick as an anti-air.
Can I then ask, would you trade that to have your stand fierce with punishable? Like proper, like full.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah,
That's a fair question.
I would trade it. People are not. There's a lot of people still that are not really good at whiff punishing. So even if the recovery is still the same, then
just bigger hurt box in that recovery. Because I feel like that is a way you can give her back more air control. I feel like the answer, their answer was you make the stand fierce, stand heavy kick more with punishable, or you make the anti-airs worse, and they went with the anti-air route.
It's not. Well, it's not like I just like spam standing fierce. I use it to whiff punish. Pretty much, you guys saw that every time I use it, it hit. So I would want standing low kick as an anti-air back, and you can guys whiff punish or try to whiff punish my standing fierce.
Okay, fair play. Now I've got to extend the question to XNightMareEffect as well. I think it's a pretty stupid question because I feel I know what he's going to say, but I'm going to ask him anyway. If there was one thing you could give Balrog back, or a change that you'd like to be implemented in the last big balance change, balance update that's coming soon, what would it be, XNightMareEffect? I'm pretty upset asking this question.
Bring back tap, man.
I knew it.
Bring back tap.
Turn around.
Bring back tap to its glory days.
Oh my god!
But wait. Why do you want Season 2 tap to come back? Because you don't want to work for your wins anymore? Is that it?
Well, I mean, you know, it's bad enough Balrog don't have a DP. You know, it's bad enough
He
that
does. He's got the input and it's armored. It's not fully invincible. It's armored.
The armor comes out on the 3rd frame, so it can be.
I think that's good enough for you. You did. I'm pretty sure you did a -2 into EX Screw Smash the armor. Don't think I didn't see that.
You gotta think about it, though. Just think about it. Just a moment of silence.
Think about
What
it,
is
he
there
said.
to think about?
Wait. Let's just
He
think about
said
it real quick.
think about it.
Let's just think about it real quick.
Okay.
Each level of tap increase plus frames, right?
For no reason.
about that.
For no reason. Go on. Go
Yeah,
on.
sure.
Reason number 2. Each level of charge comes with a benefit that the previous level didn't have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. You're
Benefit number 3. The damage. Damage. Like, we need that back.
What, you
If
wanna
I was
eat-
doing-
Damage? Are you serious? Did you guys see in the match how many times
I
I
saw
had
it.
to spend all
Yes,
of my
we did.
resources and he never died? Baltic has a shit
witness.
ton of
We
life
were
and a
witness.
lot of damage. You want more?
This guy said, "Let's think about it." Are there any more? Are there any more benefits outside of benefit number 3?
Okay, all right. Well, if we take tap out of the situation, I would love the old crush counter combo back. The one where you hit him with the roundhouse and then you could just micro step crouching fairs. I don't know why they took that away, but I would take
think
that.
they know why. I think I know why they took it
You
away.
have V-skill too. You don't need that cross counter combo
Please
back.
lock this man up in the studio.
I think we might have to rescind giving him that raid. I don't know. Some of the stuff that's coming out at night, some of the stuff that's coming out of Nightmare Effect's mouth, making you sound a bit sus, real
That-
quick.
That's quite a list. Like, dear Santa, for Balrog, I wish for these
I
adjustments.
can't believe I asked him that question, but I have to. I have to be neutral. I have to make sure all my guests feel comfortable and answer as best as they can. But going back to Miria as well, because I want to know this as well, because you are a Chun-Li aficionado. Now, if you do watch Chun-Li players around America or around the world in general, is there something in particular that these Chun-Li players are not doing that you feel they should be abusing a bit more, or are you happy with the way that the community, the Chun-Li player base is playing the character? Anything that comes to mind?
Well, I do love the way that Filipino man plays Chun and Lud.
Okay.
Ludovic. Actually, Ludovic is my sensei. It's
Hey.
because of him. It's because of him that I've like grown into a Chun-Li player. He polished my game plan. He teach me how to optimize in situations. He actually taught me all of the matchups I know right now. I'm still missing some of them, but every time I have like doubts and stuff, I come to him and I ask him, and he like gives me great advice. And one of the advices he gave me in this matchup, he was like, "Do not play this match online."
Wow. That's probably the best piece of advice you can give anyone.
Yeah, he was like, "Do not play this match online. Online in Balrog is hard."
Damn, okay.
And I was like, "Yeah." This is the second time I've actually gotten paired with a Balrog player online exhibition match, and I always get destroyed.
Like I said, listen, I know the result was 10-3, but like we said before, there were a lot of rounds that you were pretty much in control, and it just slipped through your fingers. And again,
Right.
at the end of the day, we all look at results, and it can be a bit upsetting, but I feel like, again, the way both of you played this matchup, you both said it was 5-5, and it's like at the highest level, but even then, you guys were exhibiting great stuff. It's just that Balrog hits harder than Chun-Li, and sometimes that's what it
And
boils
he
down
never
to.
dies. He never dies.
Sometimes that's what it boils down to.
Yeah,
but
he's a beefy
I was-
boy.
Who
I
could
was
you
spending
think?
all my cash at times, and I was like, "Die! Just die!"
Jammerz, who can she thank for Balrog never dying? Who was it again?
it was Matt. I remember Matt said I need a little bit more health, and they gave it to him. But shouts to the Street Rider. Thank you very much, Matt. But also, you did mention Filipino Man and Lud. Are there any other Chun-Li players that people should be paying more attention to, in your opinion, Miriam?
Well, it depends. Online or tournament?
In general, anyone. Give me 3 names. Give me 3 names.
I'm gonna say DDM online,
Okay,
and in tournament, I'm gonna give you 3 names in tournament.
go for it.
Filipino Man,
Uh-huh.
Ludovic, and Terrence.
Okay, shouts to Terrence. Is Terrence still playing?
I don't
He's
know.
actually done.
He
Okay.
was
hit him
doing
up.
amazing when he was playing.
Yeah,
man.
when he was still playing, like Terrence was.
Oh, he
sick.
quit?
He faced the Balrog.
Oh,
Probably. I don't know.
probably. Then he just gave up.
But yes,
I feel him though.
Veggey was like, "Oh,
make sure you follow those 3 names in terms of tournament play, outside of following Phantom Miria for the Chun-Li play as well. Now, See, I asked him a question and he gave me a troll answer, but he was legitimate. But I'm gonna ask him again.
I think he was serious. I think he was serious.
I think he was serious as well.
That's
But
just
He was feeling the reaction, and it was like, let me say I was trolling.
That's the scary part.
I gotta ask him as well. Outside of the American scene, Brian F and Smug playing Boxer, are there any other Boxer players you watch currently, Nightmare Effect? And is there anything you feel that they're not abusing in Balrog's toolset you think they should be using a little bit more, or are you pretty much satisfied with the way Boxer is being played in this version of the game?
To be honest, I'm satisfied because every time I watch a different Balrog, I learn something new. Like, I never knew about neutral jump heavy punch until I started branching out watching different Balrogs. But the Balrogs outside of the USA, I definitely have to give shout outs to Jimmy, Nero, and there's another one, but I forgot his name. He's been talked about a lot.
Not Pugera?
Yeah, him.
Oh, okay.
Pugera and MKTI Wate.
Oh,
I think that's his name.
does he still play? Because he was the number one on CFM for quite some time. I don't know if he plays anymore. I actually don't know if that guy plays anymore. But okay, that's an interesting list of names there. I'm pretty interested. Got to note those down and keep an eye on that. Someone did mention Ras in the channel. I don't think Ras.
Oh, Ras too?
Shouts to Ras from Russia. I'm not sure if Ras is actively playing the game right now. He wasn't in the CPT over the weekend, so.
We were just talking about that, Jammerz.
Yeah,
So he moved. He doesn't live in Russia anymore.
Oh, he does not live in Russia anymore?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Fair play.
He wrote on Twitter, but I don't know if I should say where he moved. So,
Don't say that. Don't divulge that information.
But he did write on Twitter, but I'm not gonna say it since that is his information. But he's not. But his Balrog was one of he had
best.
some pioneering stuff for a while, until he stopped being very active in 29, 20.
It might be 2019, 2018, something like that.
Yeah,
Pretty
in
sure.
2018, 2019, he had stuff that other Balrogs weren't doing. I remember, but I feel like he kind of lost motivation, maybe. Yeah.
Probably. That's what happens to some people, especially in this pandemic era. But right, have you two got any more questions for these two? If I hit with the final question and let them go.
I only had one question, but I didn't want it to be taken the wrong way by Nightmare Effect because he's kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but you've grown up into, grown up into the community as from online, but people are recognizing you as a threat now. Do you feel like people are trying to use oh, it's online against you, or do you feel like you're getting the respect you deserve after this kind of glow up in skill because you are being considered a threat by a lot of players? Do you feel like you're still getting downplayed with the online thing, or do you think that you're getting the correct amount of
the respect that you deserve?
Yeah, the respect, recognition.
Alright, so I'm gonna answer this serious, okay? So I don't want y'all to feel no troll vibes. All right?
Nah, please go for it.
No.
Yeah.
So, as a Balrog player, we're gonna always get downplayed. That's just the nature of the game. Most people hate Balrog, but on a more personal aspect, I feel like I am getting the proper respect. And
bring yourself and get your stuff.
I'm coming. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's completely fine.
It's okay.
We had dishes earlier, so.
But
Veggey.
But yeah, on a more personal level, I do feel like I am getting the respect. I'm starting to get compared to Smug and Brian. People come to me man, you be Smug, this, that. You better than him? No. Anytime somebody asks me if I'm better than the top two legends, known people, I always say no. But it's a good feeling to see that I am getting recognized. But at the same time, I'm humble. So I'm never putting myself above the known people who've been in the FGC. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Cool.
That's what I feel that the other top Balrogs are lacking, being humble.
Yeah, really, I like that answer from Nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got a new perspective of you as a player because I've only seen clips and you on stream clips that you posted, but you have given me a totally new perspective on you as a player. So in a good one, in a good way, a really good one. So.
There you go. Sometimes we need to hear it from the horse's mouth, and we thoroughly respect it there from Nightmare Effect. Right, I got to hit you two with the final question. I asked this to all my guests, and I'm very curious to hear what you have to say. I'm kind of dreading asking Nightmare Effect once again, but I have to ask him. But right, first we'll get Nightmare Effect's opinion. If there is one thing you could change about Street Fighter V as a whole, get rid of Dalsim, add another battle mechanic, give Balrog 2,000 health. Anything that comes to mind outside of stating the obvious. I don't need to mention it because we all know what the obvious is. Anything that comes to mind, what would you change? Or are you satisfied with Street Fighter 5 as a whole?
To be honest, since I've been playing it since the jump, I'm honestly satisfied. But if I could add in one thing, I would probably want Deadly of Fei Long. Like, I'm not somebody who's always just give me those two characters and I'm happy.
Okay, fair. So he wanted a character edition. That's interesting. I don't think anyone's actually suggested a character edition. I kind of like that spin on it. Miria, I've got to extend the question to you as well. Anything that you can change? I can probably think what your answer is going to be, but I still want to hear it anyway. Anything you can change about Chun-Li? Add another mechanic, remove Ed, delete Honda, get rid of you-know-who, Veggey's favorite. Anything that comes to mind, or are you satisfied with how Street Fighter 5 is being played right now?
Interesting question. I would say probably bring back one-frame combos, make execution harder so not anyone can do basic-ass combos.
Wow. Let me. Okay, do you know what? Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Why do you want one-frame links to come back?
Like hard execution. That's what I'm like. That's the whole point. Like bring back hard execution.
You don't want everyone having easy access to 300 damage or V-trigger comebacks. You want things to just be overall harder for the player base, or?
Yeah, exactly. You said it.
Damn. Right. Oh. Okay. Veggey.
New Game Plus.
What do you think about that?
Me?
Yeah. What do you think about that? Bringing back one frame.
I think the perfect for me, I understand where it's coming from, but the perfect lining for me is no harder than 2-frame, because 1-frame, even for the ghosts in the business, except for maybe like two it's just annoying. Yeah. It's just annoying to deal with. 2 frames is hard for the general players, but not too hard. It's like if you play a character with 2-frame, like I play one in 5 that has a forced 2-frame combo. If you play it, you will do it. But when it comes to 1-frames, I think they become, even when it's your main, you will drop them in annoying times. And I felt that 1-frame was too much, but that's just my opinion. And her opinion is that that is a rewarding thing. So, but personally, I feel 2 frames is enough as long as you can't like blink that 2-frame.
Okay, then 2 frames, but bring back fundamental. Like play a footsie-based game. Or probably just delete V-trigger system.
Wow, we got there eventually.
That's
I feel that Street Fighter 5 would be balanced if they would delete V-trigger system.
Now that's coming from a player perspective, but in terms of, how do I put this in the nicest way possible? Rewarding the person at the deficit, in terms of making things a little bit more spicy. Would you leave the system how it is and just remove V-trigger as a whole? How would you make the person that's losing come back? Or would you just remove that entirely?
Just remove V-trigger, that's it. I feel like all the characters are balanced at this point. It's just the comeback factor that V-trigger gives you. Like most of V-trigger's activations and most of V-trigger's pressure is plus. So it becomes a 50-50 game, or it's like it makes you think a lot. You don't have to take all that. You can just reversal it sometimes, but I would love to play a game that's forced on neutral and footsies. So just remove V-trigger, and I feel like I would be all good.
I can kind of get where you're coming from, but a lot of the flair, ignore comeback factors for a minute. A lot of the flair that you see in some of these characters comes to their V-trigger setups, V-trigger combos, V-trigger specific combos, and tools that help you out in the neutral. So I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on this one. Maybe I'm too like accustomed to the game at this point. But NightMareEffecT, what do you think about that? Removing V-trigger as a whole. Wow.
I mean, to be honest, I say keep it, because
of course.
I've never played.
Hold on, Olvaha.
I played Street Fighter 4, but I wasn't serious at it. So the whole, having to play footsies, not rely on anything but like focus dash cancel and all that. I feel like Street Fighter 5 and V-trigger, that's what makes Street Fighter 5 unique.
Yeah.
To something in the game. But I don't know. Like some characters don't have amazing normals compared to other characters. So sometimes V trigger is actually what they need in order to come back. So stripping that from them, it might, might actually be bad.
Okay, and
Can I just say something?
please go for it, please.
Why does the loser has to be rewarded with a comeback factor?
That is
I mean-
a podcast entirely.
I want to chime in on that one whenever there's ready.
let Nightmare Effect say his bit first, and then we'll go to Olvaha because he wanted to say something. Go on, Nightmare Effect.
I mean, to be honest, she has a point. Like, if you're getting out neutral, then, you really and truly, you probably shouldn't have a comeback. But,
I'm getting sound effects more than clean answers. I know he's going, but this is crazy. I'm telling you, Phantom Miria brought up a podcast topic. This is unbelievable.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
Olvaha, what did you want to say?
I wanted to say it as a viewer, like a commentator point of view. If I would ever not see another Seth V-Trigger 2 setup, I would be pretty sad, honestly.
Well, I mean, look, it's if you remove V-Trigger right now, like I said, V-Trigger combos, V-Trigger neutral applications or whatever, a lot of the essence that makes us enjoy Street Fighter 5 and making it one of the most enjoyable games to watch is got the V-Trigger system. But I do understand from a player perspective where Miria's come from. Some characters don't need V-Trigger to win. So sometimes the loser doesn't need the loser doesn't deserve the comeback mechanic to then be able to get that win. You know what I mean? So
That's true.
Can I say something?
go for it, please.
Yes.
The
I don't know
floor
if you
is
guys
yours.
remember. Do you guys remember the hype in 4 in tournaments? And we didn't have V-Trigger back then, and the hype was real. The hype was like, wow, pulling off a hard execution combo, pulling off stuff that nobody else can do. And in 5, I feel that hype, it's just gone because it's like, whatever can do it. It's just like,
But
V-Trigger.
I do feel that, again, the current state of Street Fighter 5, maybe some people in the stream chat might agree with me, they might disagree with me. I think the current state of Street Fighter 5, that kind of essence is being removed a little bit because of the character diversity, having 2 V skills, having 2 V triggers, V shifters here. So yes, if anyone picked up a character at some point in a short amount of time, they can learn those combos, learn those strategies, but I still feel the uniqueness and the elements that some people bring to the table. Because like, look, your channel is different than Filipino man's, but you can both do the same combos, right? That's me, that's my angle. I get where you're coming from. And it's like, again, you got Veggey's birdie is different to Mena's birdie. And it's like, but they can both do the same combos. So maybe it's a mindset thing. I kind of do understand that, but I
It's
can't.
still a very interesting topic.
It is. We can't sit here forever and talk about it.
But I'd like to just chime in one
yeah,
thing.
please,
It's not a
please
big one.
get that point
Yeah.
in. Get that point in, please.
Because I understand that what Miria said, and people say like, why are you rewarded for losing? But you're not really rewarded for losing. It is an access game where you have every character, every game, every round has access to a V-Trigger. It's not that you're being rewarded for losing, it's that it's unlocked when you're low. Would it be better if you start if everyone starts with a full V-Trigger gauge for one usage? It's like, it's kind of like that. It's just, you're not rewarded for losing, but it's unlocked when you're on low HP. But both players will have it. It's not like, I understand the sentiment that we are rewarded for losing, but I don't agree with it. I just agree that the full character is unlocked when he's low. It's like the Super Saiyan mode. So I don't like V-Trigger comebacks myself. I think many of them are too strong and you can get very salty. I just don't agree with the fact that we are rewarded for losing, because it's not that. It's there for everyone. It's just unlocked later in the round.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean,
I'm
But I
like,
understand.
okay, I'm like, okay,
Interesting.
I'll take it back. Then just give me Shadow Lady.
she made it so deep. She said, "I'll retract my statement." That's brilliant. Oh my god!
I love that.
You know what? You guys have been absolutely fantastic. We overextended a little bit on the time because this was a very interesting topic that we had in general. And I like the way that Miria ended. Just give me Shadow Lady. I'll just shut everybody up. It's fantastic stuff. Right, Nightmare Effect. Miria, have you got any final words before we let you go? Nightmare Effect, you first.
Well, one thing I do want to say is that shout out to Capcom Fighters and much love to Miss Phantom for actually hitting me up, asking me if I was going to be available to do it. So I truly do appreciate this opportunity for being able to participate. Much love to everybody, GOL and Sauce Academy.
There you go. All right, Phantom Miria, what about you?
I do want to thank Capcom Fighters for having me on the show, and I do want to say that you guys shouldn't be sleeping on Nightmare Effect. He's an amazing player, an amazing person overall, like I've said before. And yeah, like I said, it was an amazing time.
There you go. And as you can see on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, there are their Twitter accounts and their Twitch accounts. And somebody might be streaming in a couple of minutes. We might raid them. Wonder who it is. Not quite. I don't like Dash Straight, but we might have to dash straight into someone's Twitch channel and give them the raid. But once again, thank you very much to both players for participating. Having a chat, I think Miria's going to keep me up all night because she's given me a couple of topics I need to think about and probably have a discussion in the future.
We can do a podcast if you want.
We might have to. It's an idea, but I want you to make sure that you stick to that project and get those tutorials done in a different language so people can understand it, because I want to see that come to fruition. And hopefully the people in the stream and around the world want to see that come to fruition as well. But we have got to close out a show. So Nightmare Effect, Miria, thank you once again for participating. Nightmare Effect, congratulations for winning the set 10-3. When you guys are ready, you can leave the Discord call and I will drop you guys a message in about an hour or so, thanking you guys once again. But right now, me and my compadres, we've got to close out a show. So you guys leave the Discord call when you are ready.
All right, thank you for having us.
Take care.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, both of you. It was a great set.
So
That was amazing.
damn. Another extended show. Thank you very much for people that have come here from start to finish. That was fantastic gameplay and stuff to ruminate on. Removing V-triggers. One frame links coming back.
Yeah.
Veggey,
Something to think about for sure.
Let me ask Veggey.
Is she the prophet?
She might be the prophet, but let me ask Veggey this, because you've been around in the scene for quite some time. Is that an old school mentality?
I think it's a fair, I think it's purist mentality more than an old school. Because old games were really unfair. Like the old were really
visual platform can tell you that much.
Yeah, they were just like random in comparison to the newer games. They're way more solid in that sense. I feel it's more of a purist thing that I want. Like personally too, I enjoy the button exchange way more than forcing someone to guess or this. Oh, look at this mix! I'm first there, then I'm there, then I'm under you, then I'm inside you. It's like you're everywhere. So I think it's more of a purist thing, and I'm on that purist side where sure you should have flashy things, but I think the main focus should be the placement of buttons in general, which is the most fun to me, at least in Street Fighter.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that open to the stream chat because I still got it open here as well. What do you think about Miria's opinions? One frame links returning, removing V-triggers as a whole. I couldn't catch up with the chat when I was seeing because we were having. I was literally engrossed in discussions. So I didn't pay attention to what other people said. But Olvaha, what about you? Have you got any final words on that? Because that was
I
pretty
agree.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, I agree with Veggey that one frame links are a little bit too much, like for me or like an average to advanced player, you can do that sometimes, but it's really hard to get consistent. But I'm satisfied with 2 frame links. But the whole, removing the V system, well, that's an interesting take, and it would be a very different kind of game.
That opinion definitely came from the heart, trust me.
Yeah. I noticed. And she was like, can I add this one thing? Can I add this one thing? And but yeah, you gotta respect that. Like Veggey said, it's a purist mentality, and it's something to be respected. But I also agree with the whole thing that footsies and the placement of buttons, that's a really important thing. But I also understand that the V system, the V triggers, add a lot of flair as a spectator kind of point of view. So there's loads of different point of views to take into account here.
Definitely different angles, different takes we can have as well. But again, I don't want to keep everyone here because we have been here for quite a considerable amount of time. And it's a topic that we can talk about till the end of time. We can stay, but the stream team, they want to go to sleep, I can tell. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking by us. First of all, I have to announce the winner. It is here on my phone because I just got it. Announce the winner of the... there you go. It's on there. Yes, you got rid of my minions. I'm going to pay you more for getting rid of my minions so I can see this screen here. So the winner of this competition has
Release
been
press.
announced. I believe the winner is Gran Todokai. So shouts to Gran Todokai on Twitter. There he put in Nightmare Effect 10-3. There was about 7 people that guessed 10-3, but then we had to randomize that, or the Street Fighter randomized it, and he got 10-3. Oh, sorry, he got Gran Todokai there. So we will be getting in touch with you soon for your prize, good sir. So let's go with that. That's fantastic. As well, of course, we got a couple of things to talk about because this episode will be archived on the Capcom Fighters YouTube channel tonight. But do not forget, this week is happening all week rounds. This man over here, he streamed today. He's going to be streaming 2 more days regarding it for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. We're doing a couple of charity stream events if we can get that stream schedule up so the guys can see it. Well, they're the 2 costumes. Phantom Miria did use the costume and showcase it here today, but you guys can still pick these up for limited time. They will not be available for sale after November the 12th. So please pick those up before then, and the money is going to go towards the Research Foundation. So you are supporting a good cause. Now you can see this is the schedule for the charity streams. People are going to be playing Street Fighter. They're going to be commentating over it. They're going to be doing analysis replays. They're going to be having fun on good old online, but you can donate some money towards their streams, and then that money is going to be going towards the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. You can donate directly through Tiltify or buy the costumes there. So you got Veggey up there, you got King, you got Luffy, Kore Gaming, Phenom, Saint Cola, Maureen's on there. Shouts to you, are you Maureen? You got Punk the God, you got Jake Ryan, you got Chris CCH, you got a lot of people involved for such an amazing cause. And remember, all the times are in Pacific Daylight Time. I'm going to be doing a stream on Thursday. It's going to be quite early for me anyway. I don't operate around 11 on midday anyway, but I'm going to wake up, play some Street Fighter, get angry at European Ryus. That's going to be great, but we're going to be doing it for a good cause. So if you can tune in, you can do so, but please make sure you tune into even Veggey streams as well. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. But we also got to let you know, I don't know if we have the graphic, but there is Street Fighter League still happening. Oh, there you go. Fantastic. Week 3 is happening this week, and who is that lovely face? I heard they kind of put his face on 2 different bodies. I see Luffy in the back, and you got Phenom in the front. Phenom's actually going to be competing in an online CBT this weekend, along with my minions, Veggey and Olvaha. But please, there's going to be episodes uploaded every Thursday at 4 p.m. PDT. You can find those on the YouTube channel, or you can tune in to twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. If you don't want to watch the whole duration of the Street Fighter League stream, you can find the specific match you want to watch, because Capcom Fighters do chop that up so you guys can go and watch those specifically. It is great quality content, and hopefully you guys can support it and enjoy the ride there. But it is going to be week 3 of Street Fighter League Season 4. Also, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to talk about? I can't quite remember. Yes, there is. Okay. I'm getting old. I couldn't remember. But do not worry. It's coming to about that time where I think people are going to get a bit antsy and say, where is Luke? You said November. We're midway through October. Where is Luke? Can we get a crumb? Can we get a pebble of gameplay? Something. We see his costumes. But
can't wait for those.
He's going to be coming out in November. He's going to be the last character to even feature in Street Fighter 5. I'm not telling you I don't know anything. I'm not saying that Dudley's going to come in December. I don't know anything about that. But there is going to be a huge balance patch happening in March 2022. So Dowson players and Poison players, rejoice. We got a couple more months to upset everybody. I think that's fantastic.
And Balrog players?
And Balrog players. And Balrog players indeed.
I mean, they might have another year. I mean, who knows?
Who knows? It makes total sense because the balance patch was supposed to come out in November, but it's going to be midway through this season. This is the business end of the season for a lot of these guys, and these CPT events are coming thick and fast, so you can't change the game right now and have a huge impact on people's gameplay and make them change out strategy they've been fleshing out for months. So it only makes sense. But keep an eye out for the official Street Fighter account or Capcom Fighters. If something does come up with Luke, everybody and their mothers will know about it. I'll tell you about that much. But do not forget, that is what I forgot. Yes.
Let's go.
So this was supposed to happen last week, but I seriously injured my back. But I'm fine now, and hopefully I'll be fine for next week. Do hope you can join us. It is going to be a run back between A Tale as Old as Time, ISDD going up against MDZ Jimmy, Monday, October 25th. Please come and join us, because I'm pretty sure these guys have got a lot of trash talking to do, and I'm hoping Jimmy has found the counter to wake up upside down kick. That's all I'm really worried about. But yeah,
This will be good.
I'm hoping these guys are ready. I know Olvaha and Veggey, they're ready for it as well. And my stream team in the back. So hopefully you guys as viewers can come and join us as well. And we can get some good numbers and everyone have some fantastic fun there. But that is about it. We're going to have to close out the stream now because it has been an extended period of time. But you two, is there anything you want to say before we go?
I'd like to say that don't forget, I'm still your favorite Brit from Croydon Street. And on Croydon Street, we all know Dalsim is one of the best characters in the game.
Veggey, I was just at Croydon Street this weekend.
I think I saw you, actually.
Yeah, outside the window, yeah.
Yeah.
Waving at your house like, hey, man.
Yeah, you saw I was helping Nan with the tea, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to love you and leave you. Strategical, dash straights, EX legs. It's a fierce game. V-Triggers ain't going nowhere. We'll see you next week. Take care.
What frames?
Bye.